Can you just not be a bitch? Well, these hoes don't be loyal. Shut the fuck up, dude. Pay attention. Reap the millions. You make a purple motherfucking cow. A purple cow. You make a purple fucking cow. Make a purple fucking cow. A purple cow. You make a purple cow. It's a purple. What would you say then? Why are you just fucking laughing at me?
I would just say that it's very intense right now.
How could Vine have kept going and not gotten cucked by Zuck? How does Vine not get the Zuck cuck? The answer is in the question. What is Zuck cuck? A purple cow. When I say looks and money don't matter, what happens in your head if you think they matter? What are you not willing to do? Now, look how I communicate, watch. Not willing to do. Do you guys see that? Yeah. Not willing to do. Try talking like that. Do it right now. Not willing to do. So what I'm doing is I'm taking my psychology and I'm shooting it into the word. Like I'm coming in it. I'm impregnating it. Okay? I'm adding potency into the word. You guys see that? Say potency. Do that. Potency. But don't just say it. Shoot your awareness like Hadouken, Ken and Ryu Street Fighter into the potency. Go potency. Okay? Shoot it in. Potency. Okay? Watch. Potency. Okay? Potency. Okay? Do it. Potency. Potency. Okay? Do it to him. Okay? And do it to him. No, but really shoot it in him. Like gay mode. Okay? Do it. Potency. No, more. No, you have more. Potency. Yeah, make it. No, but make it pop. Don't hold it back. Don't hold it back. Punch it. Punch it. Punch it. Punch it. Punch it. Do that. Yeah, good. Do more. Luke. More. More, guys. Okay, do it to each other. Do it to each other. Some guys are more intense than others. It's funny to watch you. Okay, so guys, potency, okay? Okay, somebody go, wake up. See that? You see that? Now, by the way, you want to know who's really good at this, but I hate it? Dictators. Look at every historical dictator. How do they talk? And then the audience is like that, right? They're like Travis Scott. They're just like Travis Scott. Okay? It's just like Travis Scott. So I get made fun of all the time, and I'm an easy guy to make fun of, but I get made fun of all the time on podcasts because I keep saying it's not looks to money, and they go frame, bro.
I hope you're enjoying the video. What I'd like to let you know is that we do free events literally all over the country. And at these events, what we do is cover social skills, attraction, how to make money, and spiritual growth. At the events, I get to give you a lot of personal feedback, and I introduce you to a mastermind group so you walk away with a lot of friends. These events are a huge energy boost. Look, I'm at Coachella right now, okay? Imagine the kind of energy that you're seeing here, okay? There's gonna be a huge concert about to pop on right here. This is a massive energy boost being Coachella. Can I tell you something with complete honesty? The energy boost that is here is probably less than 5% what it is that you get at one of the events that's completely for free. So what I'd like you to do right now is click this link. And we run free events literally all over the country. We have free events coming up: Atlanta, Nashville, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Portland, Seattle, Salt Lake, Denver. Then we're gonna be heading over to Chicago, Detroit, Minnesota, New York City, Austin, Dallas, Houston. We're gonna be all over the place, okay? Click the link below. You want energy? You think this is popping? This is nothing. I promise you. The energy we're gonna be bringing to the event is gonna be 1,000 times this. Absolutely spiritually elevating, electric, because it's about you and your life. Not just a bunch of entertainment, but entertaining in a way because your life is shooting up. Click this link, and I'll see you in person at the free event.
So I went on the Sam Hyde podcast, And Sam's like a 10 out of 10 comedian. He's incredible, right? He's like truly talented. That guy's got a crazy frame. He doesn't even know what frame control is, right? But like, I'm the comedic guy, like this loud, balding, ginger, gray beard sunglass guy who's like, frame, bro, right? And all the people who hear this are like, they think I'm like the frame guy. Like, I'm not even like a human. I'm just like this weird guy who's like this weird scream. In their mind, okay, in their frame, I'm like this weird, I mean, I guess I am, but I'm this weird guy who like goes in a men's conference room and I go, frame, bro. And it's like all these guys who should never be able to talk to a girl, they're like, frame. And I'm like, frame. And then they're like, it's not even like, because you gotta understand, most of the guys that watch that content are not necessarily like super balling, you know what I'm saying, right? They're not necessarily in the mode of like trying to bank mills, okay? They're not trying to be like a global dictator. They're kind of having fun playing some video games, smoking some weed. So you got some guy like me who's like, nah, bro, you don't gotta smoke that weed and play video games, bro. Frame, bro. And they're like, yeah, frame, bro. And I'm like, ah, like on the front. Like that's how they see it, right? But in actuality, and it was funny because when I was on Sam's podcast, I was like, frame, and they're all like, ah, he said frame, right? Like that's their thing, like they think it's funny. I'm like, no, I'm like, Sam, you have frame. And Sam's like, I don't have frame.
You have the two most important skills for attraction, which is the ability to free associate, like just to joke around off the cuff.
Freestyle.
And your frame is super strong.
But I do know that you are putting me in your frame by complimenting me.
I'm not.
Well, you are.
No, bro, I'm really not. Like
That's frame
see,
grabbing.
See that? His frame is strong. Yeah, see how he
You're
does
in my
it?
frame.
You see that? Look.
Yo, Ryan, you're actually
See?
like a god.
Look.
But you're in my frame because I'm doing this to you.
My frame has disappeared between the two of you. I have zero effing frame.
Did you naturally cultivate that, or is it something that you worked on?
Can you take me out of your frame for a second here?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
He admitted
No,
it.
this is real though. Like, I just be honest
You
with you.
understand how I'm cracking and fatiguing under the barrage of shit tests right now?
The self-deprecation is incredible frame control too. Yeah.
Stop it! Stop it!
Basically, the guys who watch this podcast, they kind of laugh at me for having frame. So if Sam admits he has frame, it's kind of like he's going into my frame. But I'm like, bro, you have like, Sam has such great frame. Can I tell you the truth? I get invited on podcasts all the time. I never go on them almost ever. And I just wanted to go on to see what? What do you think I want to see?
His frame.
I'm such a fan of frame and strong frames, and Sam has a very strong frame. So I just am like a frame detective, so I really am the comedic frame guy, I guess. I just wanted to go experience his frame up close. I want to see him frame control me. So I want to say I'm high to frame control me. So I'm like, so he's like, no. He's like, no, that's not true. I'm like, no. And I'm poking on his frame because I wanted to poke on his frame to see his frame. That's a pretty bizarre obsession with frame, isn't it? I went to Rhode Island to see a man's frame. Providence, Rhode Island.
Who's Sam?
He's a very, very famous comedian.
What's his last name?
Hyde. Yeah, so I wanted to see his frame up close. Why do you think he's got an incredible frame? And I tell him this and he gets annoyed. So, okay, but why do you think I want to see Sam's frame?
People want to be frame controlled.
I think that frame, and joking aside, because not everything has to be a joke all the time, in my view, frame is the number one way a guy can go from being broke to rich. Frame is the number one way a regular or even ugly guy can date incredible women. That's the only way I know. So I love frame. I'm obsessed. I love frame. I love it. And I would even love to do stand-up comedy. I think I could do a great job. Go for it. Yeah, you gotta talk louder and quicker.
It's kind of like strong frame, right?
Yep.
Like why? Like am I not rich already?
Dunning-Kruger. You have frame based on Dunning-Kruger.
What do you mean?
You're actually genetically intelligent, but it caused you not to research certain things.
What do you mean exactly?
I'll tell you about it later. I can't make it a whole seminar about you, okay? Okay, so basically what it is, Dunning-Kruger is a phenomenon where you have genetic intelligence, but if I were to dig into your intellectual background, there's certain rabbit holes that would have benefited you to go down that you simply have not gone down and not executed on.
True.
Okay? Got it. So see, I was even like true. So got framed, right? So when I go meet Grant Cardone, I've gone down the rabbit hole, Grant. Now, look, I don't think he has the most advanced content. Most of Grant's content is like, get your money, man. You know you like money, man. Come on, man. Say you like money, man. Say it, man. I like money, man. Come on, man. Say you like money. By the way, what's he doing when he's doing that? What is Grant doing when he goes, get your money, man. Yo, get your money, man. What's he doing?
He's priming you.
Yeah, he's priming you for sales and he's frame controlling you. So, oh yeah, no, it's all hypnosis. It's all hypnosis. It's all frame. All Grant's thing is like, yo, look at the jet, man. You know you want to get the jet, man. Come on, man. You know you want the jet. Come on, man. Come on, man. You don't want your kids going to a public school, man. Come on, man. I mean, this guy banks $1 billion just by being like, get your money, man. Come on, man. Get your money, man. Come on, man. Yo, get your money, man. You like money. Go, guys, name me anything else you learned from Grant in 100 hours of his content you see in your feed. Just name one thing.
Yes,
Give me one.
George Belfort.
What's that?
He has some beef with George Belfort.
So he's got beef with Belfort, and he goes, come on, man. Get your money, man.
Yeah.
You know you like money, man. Come on, man. You know you like money, man. Like, name a technique you learned from Grant. Name one.
Nothing.
Something about real estate? Okay. Do you have a house? What's that?
Talk about 10xing your goals.
Yeah. Bro. Don't even get me started, okay? Don't even get me started. Come on, man. You got 10x, man. How's that advice?
10x your health, too.
How's that advice? Come on, man. Like, get your money, man. How? Come on, man. Gotta go 10x, man. Gotta go 10x, man. 10x. Get your money, man. Yo, 10x. 10x, baby. Yo, money, baby. Yeah, 10x, baby. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's a rapper. He's Travis Scott for money. Dude, Tony Robbins. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Make your move. Make your move. Make your move. Now jump. Now make your move. Power pose. Didn't need anything you learned from Tony. You don't know. And I love Tony. I want to get frame control by Tony and Grant. I'm a fan of both. I know that they're doing it and I like it. You a fan?
Dude, absolutely.
Me too. Because I want someone to get your money, man. I'm like, yeah. Money, yeah. Okay, it helped me. It's a lot, look, you know who I'm a fan of, but it's boring? Dalio, right? Dalio is not a cult leader, okay? Ray Dalio's like, principles to live a good life. You always want to be aware of where you're going and lay down a framework for how to get there. Over my life, I have written down principles that guide my decisions and help me to get to where I want to go. Now I want Tupac to read that. Okay? Principles. Like what are the sounds for Tupac? I mean, talk about a great hypnotist, Tupac. What are things he does? What does Tupac say? Hail Mary, 1, 2, 3. What's he do? What's he say? What's that? Dear Mama. Okay, I'm trying to do that. Here, who can do a good Tupac copy?
That's why I fucked your bitch, you fat mother.
Yeah. That's why I fuck your bitch, fat motherfucker. Okay. Get money. What's that? West side. Ride or die. Ride or die. Okay, you guys see that? Ride or die. Life of a rider. I get around. I don't know. I'm making it okay. Right? So he's a hypnotist. Okay, he's hypnotizing. That's what the music is. He's hypnotizing you. Okay? So Grant, what he's doing is hypnosis. He doesn't know he is. He's like, buddy, come on, man. Come on, man. Say, where's my money? Say it. Say it. Say, where's my money? Say it. Say it. Where's my money? Say it.
Where's my money?
Say, where's my money?
Where's my money?
Say, I need my money.
I need my money.
Come on, man, say it. Come on, say it.
I need my money.
Say, I love money.
I love money.
It's okay to love money.
It's okay.
It's okay to love money. It's okay. Say it.
It's okay.
Where's my money?
Where's my money?
Where's my money? Oh, y'all say it. Where's my money, man?
Where's my money?
Money, man. Where's my money, man? Hey, where's my money, man? Ha ha. Ha ha. Yeah. Yeah. Ha. Now you had dance in the mix. Now they're dancing. Then they get you jumping. What's happening?
Hypnosis.
Yeah. Yeah, evil dictators get you doing a little salute. I'm not gonna do a salute. If Elon showed us not to do that, right? But you know, right? A little salute gets them doing all that. Hey, all that. Okay. Okay. Do you guys know the Blitzkrieg? Do you guys know what that is? That's pretty fucked up. You know the Blitzkrieg? Yeah. Okay. You ever see the movie Dunkirk?
Yep.
Okay. So Dunkirk. Okay. I mean, this is horrific. Okay. I don't approve this. I'm just trying to show human nature. So Dunkirk was basically the British are backed into a beach. Okay. They're backed into a beach, and they've all come over to try to fight Hitler, but the Blitzkrieg, basically, it was like 3 days, the Germans won more territory in 3 days than took them years in World War I, because they became so psychotically demon-possessed. They're also on meth, by the way, but between the meth and the cult leader, they got so aggressive that the defenders in France have never seen anything like it, and they got pressed all the way back to the beach, and then Churchill had to send fishermen boats to get them back and save them. They could have all died. They could have lost. We could have been speaking German right now. If there wouldn't have been a cloudy day, we'd all be speaking German. A lot of us would be dead. So it was called the Blitzkrieg, right? So the Blitzkrieg was similar to the guns of Ticonderoga. Who here would want to carry a cannon with 70-degree temperature, 20 degrees Celsius temperature, in a room with no where there's no snow, and with your shoes on? Who wants to carry a cannon even out the door? Is that fun? Carrying cannon? How's that on your back? Okay, so because they were told what tea to drink, the American revolutionaries go grab a bunch of cannons. Their shoes are broken. The leather's broken on their old 1800s or 1700 shoes. I'm tired today. And barefoot through the snow, because they were told what tea to drink, they carry a cannon across the state and fuck up the British. You ain't gonna tell me what tea to drink? Fuck you! What is that? Frame. That's why you want to do things in a group. The group self-reinforces the frame, okay? So, in order to be great in sales and marketing and communication, you've got to understand frame at a very high level to be a leader. And that frame can be practiced both in public speaking and in going out chatting up girls and making videos online. Okay? So repeat this after me, okay? In everyday life, say this. There is the mesmerized and the mesmerizers. So great marketing is a great marketer. Thank you. Okay, he's still in framer. Okay, so a great marketer is very, very good at not being mesmerized, but being a mesmerizer. In my view, that I believe strongly, this should be being practiced 2-4-7-3-6-5. Okay, I'm talking 25-8, baby. Go 25-8, baby.
25-8. 25-8, baby.
Say it again.
25-8.
Here's why. If you get lazy on this shit, you get lazy on it. So maybe you're getting a waitress is serving you, right? You got two choices. You could be like this. You could be like, watch this. Watch the lazy way and watch how I'm going to teach you. You could be like, hi, my name's John. I'd like a table for two. Or you could walk in and just like I was doing with him, you could walk in and you could walk right up. I'll do him. Walk up. Great to meet you. Table for two.
Of course.
It's very good to meet you.
It's nice to meet you.
I'd like a table. What's so funny? Are you laughing at me? Are you laughing at me?
It's very intense right now. But yeah, we can get you a table. Right this way, we got a lot of tables available.
Why are you? Am I a clown to you? Am I a fucking clown to you?
I wouldn't say that.
What would you say then? Why are you just fucking laughing at me?
I would just say that it's very intense right now.
Be real.
I'm real right now.
Why can't you be real?
That's what I'm telling you.
Why aren't you fucking real, dude?
I am real, bro.
Why are you just chewing gum? Is that you don't even respect me? You're just gonna chew gum like a cow? Are you like?
I was doing it.
Like, what am I, clown? Am I a fucking clown? Am I a fucking clown to you? I'm a fucking clown to you? And that's really, I know you're a fucking clown?
No, that was funny though.
Okay, summarize what I just did.
Oh my god.
You can't. Okay? Frame. Okay? Frame. That's why I like frame.
You know what's funny? Max was not paying attention.
Of course. He's like, what is this clown? I'm leaving.
It's not worth it. Paid less. I'm gonna refund you.
Yeah, exactly. Refunds. Oh my god. Okay, so now, is it making a bit more sense what I'm doing now? Yes. Now, I want to make an observation.
Here we go again.
I was right, he was getting.
That's so funny.
And Edward.
Yeah. Do you guys see what I'm doing?
Well, okay, so you were getting to wrestling, but if we're in the audience and we're already like subsumed in this frame of like the Zero seminar, how is it easier, or how can we like?
Yeah, but to be fair, let me ask a question. Okay, so everyone always gives me this same thing you're saying. They always say, you're running the audience, right? Who here, put your hand up, saw me out with random people who didn't know me last night? Put your hand way up. Was I doing the same shit out there? Yep. Was it the same reaction out there, although but maybe a little farther here, but was it the same general reaction out there? Yep. So I can do this whether in there or out there. It doesn't matter at all. Okay, I'm probably a little better out there because it's with hot women. So I have even extra incentive. Okay? So when I tell you guys looks and money don't matter, it's because if you think you need looks and money, you will not exert frame. Yep.
So what he's saying is, like, should we feel like it'll work out, dress better because of it?
Look. Oh my god.
When you say it like it does.
Oh my god. Okay. Max. Okay, so look, look. One of the things that Luke, you missed a shit show in here a minute ago. Okay, anyway, so. I went full frame mog, okay? So basically, I basically got him laughing until he's like pissing his pants, okay? So I can do this when I'm out. So, and I'm just show you guys how to do all this. It's not as hard as you think. It's a lot easier than you think. That's why I can do it when I'm out. It's really not that hard. I'll show you the principles that's based on. It's all based on the principles in Blueprint Decoded, by the way, but I'll just re-explain them. The Blitzkrieg, as an example, was just exertion of frame on the Germans, and they're just like, ah! And he's like, go, 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 and they're like, ah! And they just go. So it's frame control, okay? When a comedian, like, why is Sam Hyde's frame so good? Because he's an incredible comedian. So Sam knows how to clown, he knows how to joke, he can do like random comedic things and hold frame, and then people laugh as he's holding frame. Comedians have great frame. Okay, repeat this after me, okay? Comedians. Hypnotists. some politicians, some public speakers, gurus, rappers, musicians, actors, preachers, Baptist preachers, Jesus. Oh, I mean, guys, thank you for saying, look, guys, you guys think I'm on point? I'm a lightweight. Watch this. Who here's ever heard of Benny Hinn?
Oh, yeah.
This fucking guy. You guys see this? The Holy Spirit, Jesus.
Hypnotism.
It's hypnotism. Watch this. Watch this.
Bodies hit the floor, let the 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 bodies hit the
This isn't the actual music video, is it?
This guy has the best job on earth. I've got like the second or third best job on earth. This guy's got the best job on earth. Yep.
So I want to.
So by the way, he can share. He's a hypnotist. Why don't you here, pop up here then? Actually, if you're gonna let it rip a little bit, we got 2 mics out here, just the 1 mic. Okay, here, grab that. Go ahead.
All right, so I want to make a point. What you just saw there in the video, the reason what Owen's talking about, why looks and money don't matter, is because that preacher, what he's doing, waving his coat around, just knocking people over, he's thinking in his head, he's literally speaking from God. He has full permission, full belief in everything he does. He believes that's the Holy Spirit. So when he waves his coat, everyone does. They're all in his frame. The same thing with looks and money. If you believe looks and money don't matter, it doesn't fucking matter. If you believe it does, you put a frame on the girl that it matters.
Give me a hand. That's it. That's literally it. That's literally it. That's literally what it is. So what happens that when a guy looks good and has money, he gives himself, say the word permission to exert frame. But he is not able to generate frame independently. So what is he dependent on to have frame? Groupthink. Oh, I'm that guy. Therefore, I now have permission to be the man. So I have some friends that have a lot of skills with dating. Very, very, very good. Mid 6 foot, like 6'2", 6'4", 6'7" in a couple cases, and rich and make more money than I do. And try to understand, these guys are, as an example, 6'2", richer than me, and very good at dating. Very, very, very good at dating. All of them will say, Owen is better than me. If I'm in an interaction with them, I will still do better than them 90% of the time. And yet, why? I'm going to show you why. Here's the trick to the entire thing. It's a magician's trick. Pay attention. They are creating a gap at an extra criteria to allow themselves to have frame. I'm allowed to have frame because XYZ. Because XYZ. Okay? So if I say I'm going to have frame just cuz, say that word after me. Just cuz, then I'm able to exert frame. Now, I'm not trying to be a vile little shit here, but the best example of this is masturbation. Fapping. Every one of you here, if you've ever jerked off, is an incredible hypnotist. Because you jack yourself off with your male hairy hand to ejaculation. If you can ejaculate yourself with no woman present, then you are master hypnotist. Marcel can tell a girl to come, and she'll come. They start screaming. He goes, come. They start screaming and crying, and then they often start to make out with each other. Like he'll go to 2, 3 girls, come. They start coming, and they start to make out with each other. The real question is if he could make a man come. And I never asked him to do that. But I definitely seen him do some pretty freaky shit. But I'm too afraid to ask that question.
I know a guy that hypnotizes.
Well, you're a hypnotist. Okay, so look, come up and tell us this. At least it wasn't me. All right, he knows a guy. Tell us about the guy.
So I know a friend, I'm not going to say his name, right? He essentially hypnotized this guy to come instantly. He came instantly in his pants, full blown, like he could not help it. He didn't check afterwards. But I will say, like, there's some people that's just susceptible to belief. You tell them anything, they will instantly do it. Just like when you...
Somnambulist. Someone
Yeah.
somnambulist is. And tell what percentage of the population is somnambulist.
So about 30% of the population is a somnambulist. A somnambulist is essentially...
This is the quiet part said out loud that the government doesn't want to tell you.
Anybody that is far left or far right or very religious or anything like that, right? They are a somnambulist
Not
because
100%
they're...
of them, but a lot of them.
a lot of them. They are a somnambulist because they essentially just believe what they're told. They go into a trance and they disassociate from reality, just like you're in your own frame. You're disassociated from everything
Explain to
else.
him what this means that even when you walk down the street.
Yeah, so you are literally not aware of what's going on around you. If you're looking for a hot girl, you'll see the hot girl on the street. If you're looking for potholes, you'll see all the potholes. Essentially, you create a trance, you create a reality in your mind where whatever you believe is true becomes true.
But tell them this. As you're walking through a shopping mall, what percentage of the people basically aren't even there at all?
99% if we're being honest. You're not.
Yeah.
They're just not awake.
That I also agree with, but...
If we're talking about then yeah, I would...
The more extreme version.
40%. I've seen between 30 and 40%, up to 50%, depending on the mall and depending on the place. Like you go on the subway in New York, people are just, they're zoned out. They're not there.
And are some of them perhaps very physically attractive?
Oh, yeah.
And yet, you can't meet someone attractive?
Mm-hmm.
That might be an issue in your confidence.
Absolutely. In fact, when I was younger, I didn't realize it at the time. I had amazing frame control because I was so socially isolated. I didn't know how to talk to people, including girls. So all I would do is just get aroused. I'd get into them and they would literally come on to me. I didn't say a word or I was completely awkward. No words. They would come on to me. My therapist came on to me.
Now, how about an incel? What kind of trance are they in?
Oh, that they're so unattractive. Yeah, they're so unattractive that no girl will ever be attracted to them, and they make that happen. They're just like, I'm worthless, so they actually become worthless. They make themselves worthless, unattractive, broke, and miserable. Any problem you have in your life where you say, I can't do this unless, whether it's with money, women, friendships, when you have a limiting belief, when you say, I can't do this because, then you make it a reality. You create that problem.
Who here was at the free tour last week? We ran up. Thank you. Give me a hand for that. It's great. Okay. Now, do you guys see how at the free tour, I frame controlled you on a loop going, anything's possible. You could do anything. Who here remembers that? What did you notice your brain began to do as we said that on a loop? What did you feel your brain doing as an ambient thought process without even you controlling it? What kind of things do you start thinking about when I did that?
All the shit you want to do.
Say it louder, please.
All the shit I wanted to do.
Yeah, what else? That's it, really, but anything else? Speak up.
Just a possibility.
Yeah.
The possibility that those things could happen.
Yeah, now, as you were open to the possibility, did you notice that your brain began creating a money-making hustle for you? Could you feel that happening at all? Could you suddenly feel your brain that maybe would be looking at TikTok or bullshit suddenly starts thinking, wait, but I could do this, and then this, and then this, and then this, and then your brain starts constructing it, okay? So
Underlying, say the word certainty. Underlying certainty is say underlying certainty. Underlying certainty. Gotcha. Is a foundation. I got the hypnotist. Is a foundation. And requisite. For success. Okay? So even when you come to an environment like this, it is asking to be frame controlled into a high degree of self-belief. However, have you guys ever heard of the Pygmalion effect? The Pygmalion effect is whatever you believe is true. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Look, when you guys saw me running around last night, were some of those interactions psychotically hard to do, and you'd never think someone could do it? Did you guys see any that I went into that are moving, guys and girls, virtually unopenable, on the move? Who saw that? Put your hands up. Did it surprise you that guy-girl groups on the move, some of them tall, good-looking, whatever, stop, and the girl would give me attention, jump on me, give me a number? Does your brain go, huh? Did you ever have that huh moment? Describe what it was like going, huh, as you saw me do it. If you even, or did I make it look so normal you didn't even realize how fucked that is?
I saw you channeling so much energy, I went, aha, that's why they're doing it.
Yeah? Who else saw it and went, how the fuck did he stop that group? Who saw that? What did you think when you saw that? Okay, go ahead.
I remember in particular, there's this guy with a pink shirt, this lady had this red, like, rose earring or whatnot, and he started talking to the girl, and the guy, his eyes just lit up. He was like, oh my goodness, what the hell is happening? He was like this, whatever, and I just took the girl, and the guy got mad and started insulting Owen or whatever, but I was like, what the hell, this is
Yeah, so got her info. She wants to see me. We're talking today. So understand that I'm doing that via frame. I am, say the word normalizing. And say self-fulfilling prophecy. So basically you become a master creator, say master creator, as an extension and discharge of self-belief. So going out is this like belief, boom, belief, boom, belief, boom, belief, boom. It's like bang, 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 bang. When do we practice that? Jacking off. I'm fucking. You're imagining you're fucking. I'm fucking. You come. Hypnotist can make a guy come. Hypnotist just goes, come. Comes. Yeah. Here, describe what it's like. It's cool having you here. It's a good coincidence having you here.
So,
Welcome, Nathan Ross.
yeah, this one time I was dating this girl, right? She's never been hypnotized before. She's like, oh yeah, I don't know if this is real. I'm like, okay, watch this, right? So I hypnotize her, I put her in, and I'm like, when I say the word orange, you're going to come. When I and only I say the word orange and snap my fingers, you're going to come. I had to add the snap so she doesn't just come when she hears orange. So I look her in the eyes. I'm like, what do you think's gonna happen? Orange. And she just instantly starts convulsing. Like, it's a full-on orgasm. Now, I'm not in her, but at the same time, like, her legs are shaking, her eyes are like rolling in the back of her head. She's like, what the fuck, right? It's like electricity came down from heaven and struck her, like, soul.
Here's why. Give me a hand for that. Okay, so here's what's happening, okay? We have a criteria in our mind. I come when I'm fucking. But if we can say the word collapse the criteria. Okay? That's how you jack off. You collapse the criteria. That's how he does what he did with the orange, collapse the criteria. Confidence, say to be confident, collapse the criteria. Be confident, just cause. Guys, you can just go and be confident. We make a game in our head. I'm only allowed to be confident if, but the strength of your frame, see, here's the thing. If you bypass the need to have certain assets and attributes to be confident, then you have unwavering confidence. Now, when I say that, watch this, watch the key. When I say be confident just cause, on the surface, does that sound like fake confidence or real confidence?
Fake confidence.
But let's ponder that. Real confidence is unwavering. When I was in a wheelchair and I was still having a dating life, my confidence was tested. Can I hold frame as I'm in a wheelchair looking up like this, talking to somebody? Can I say, hey, let's go back to my crib. Here, grab my wheelchair. Grab my piss bottle. Empty my piss bottle. Okay? Now, I would wheel myself into a seminar and run a seminar. So, if real confidence is based on real attributes, then that would mean that when I was put in a wheelchair that I might have never got out of, I would have lost my confidence. But if I would have lost my confidence in a wheelchair, then would that have been real confidence? Real confidence, would you be confident also in the wheelchair?
Yeah, absolutely.
Fuck yes, you would. So why do you need a criteria to be confident?
When you base it on external results, that's not real confidence. You're confident just because you feel like it. That's it. It's not more complicated than that. Everything's Owen's teaching. It's literally, it could be summed up in that word essentially when it comes to women or money. It's be confident just because you feel like it. You don't need anything to be the best version of it. You just need to feel like doing it.
Yeah.
That's it.
By the way, some of those Looks Max guys have real swag. They've got game. But what do they do to get that game, get that swag?
It's the permission.
They did certain alterations to get permission. Here's why. I explain this all in Blueprint. You have groupthink, say it. Groupthink. And you have see the world through your own eyes. See the world through your eyes. Now watch this, okay? This is the key. So, this is the main key. Real genius comes from seeing the world through your own eyes, okay? So, real confidence comes from seeing the world through your own eyes. Here's the main key, okay? So, you guys, when I'm up here, is it real to you guys that I've done 100 million in sales? Yeah. Like, do you guys get that?
Yeah. Hard to wrap around.
Weird, right? Is it real to you guys that I pioneered an industry? Yeah. I don't talk about it all the time, the pioneering thing, right? The majority of the modern dating advice is from Mystery, David E., Ross, but really, how big was that industry before I came in?
Very niche.
Still niche, yeah.
I let it go niche again, but when I was running the show, we had programs running in 265 cities, 75 countries around the world, taught millions of people. You guys know this is a small crowd for me. I typically would run events back then with a sea of people. I'm a trained public speaker. I may be the most trained public speaker alive. I've been in front of stages since I came out the damn womb almost. So, thank you. So, I've been doing this, okay? Now, I've been frame controlling audiences like Benny Hinn since I'm 22. I love this shit. The way Kobe describes the basketball gym, like you get to the gym, you hear the rubber, you see the lights, he loves it, right? I love seminar rooms. I love nature, I love clubbing and parties, and I love seminar rooms. You know, I walk in, you know what it's like to be me? You wake up, you're walking down the seminar room, and you're kind of contemplating, and you think about other amazing seminars that you did, and about all the different challenges that you had as you walked down, and all the people who you helped, and all the cutting edge content you created, and you think about the history. And for me, by the way, Kobe Bryant had a great documentary. Do you remember what his documentary, what he named it? Anyone know? It was called Muse. Say the word Muse. Muse. And Kobe understood his place among the greats in basketball history, okay? He knew his place. He studied under the old school guys from the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. He was very close to Michael Jordan. He was always learning from everybody. Do you guys understand that I have studied at the feet of every master I could find? Do you guys know that about me? I went to all the masters that I could find Zen masters, self-help masters, cult leaders. I've been to Africa. I've gone into backwoods African villages and learned from healers in huts. I've been into Mexico, deep in the jungle. I've been in South America, up in the favelas, the shanty towns, fighting healers, fighting people that, under hypnotists. I've gone everywhere to study this. I'm like Anthony Bourdain or some shit, okay? R.I.P., right? So I love this stuff, okay? And so I know my place among the greats as public speakers. I know my place. I know how I'll be judged. I know my place in history. I come here looking to make history. I come here looking to innovate and generate content no one's ever created. Do you feel me doing it now? Okay? So I'm looking to break boundaries. I'm looking to be creative. And I did that as far back as 2002. I went to Mystery, studied under the feet of the master, learned from him and every other one. I met all the great people that weren't famous. I would fly around from city to city to anyone who claimed to be good at it, and I'd learn from them. And I'd pay them to learn from them too. Paid a lot of money. Paid millions of dollars. You know? You know that 20 thing? The 20 bucks? I paid millions. I paid out so much of my net worth. Guys, when I had instructors for many years, I wasn't even banking off that. They were banking off it more than me. I just wanted to have a group of people that could help me to brainstorm. I have humility. Look, Luke from We Are Changer, Luke Radowski's here. Do I call you asking for advice? Do I call you looking to learn? How many times do I call you, Mike Benz, other guys? What's happening? What's going on? What do you think? What do we do? I'm always learning from anyone I can. I'm a learning machine. Okay? Now I absorb and then get power, discharge. Okay? Now, my place in history within the dating stuff was from Blueprint Decoded. And what I explained in Blueprint Decoded was that we have groupthink and we have seeing the world through their own eyes. So as I come down here as a public speaker, I'm coming down and I'm psyching myself up into a trance. You see that? But I know why I'm here. I know what it took to get here. And I know I don't have endless nights like this left. Right?
Yeah.
I know that I can get killed in an Uber tonight. Yeah. And I might not get another night like this. I understand that. I don't take it for granted. You understand? Yeah. When you guys see me go out to a club, how much passion do I still have for social skills?
100%.
How high?
All of it.
Because I know that could be my last night I ever get. Okay? Look, Kobe Bryant played basketball until the wheels fell off, until his body betrayed him, and he knew he might not get another night. So I'd recommend to you guys to understand how lucky you are. Like, youth is wasted on the young. You ever heard that? Say that. Youth is wasted on the young. You have no idea how lucky you are to have your youth, have an open world video game. You could do anything. Okay? So what I understand when I come in here is I'm trying to teach you something. Now, I had that kind of passion. And so I built an industry. And that innovation that I created was laid out in very old school videos that are now gone, but a lot of people have them, okay? And in programs. And so that generated the base level content for the internet on this topic. Even the people that you hate, who you think kind of suck, but are kind of adjacent to my content, are my bastard mongoloid children. Like, that's a weird, dark warping of shit you learn from me. Strange. Guys, the word Mog. You heard that word lately?
Yeah.
Where's that from?
You.
The OG Mog. But my Mog was Stronger Frame. Then they took off, it was called AMOG. Then they took off the A, stand for Alpha Male Other Guy, back from 2003. Then they took off the A, they made it MOG as being better looking with better surgery and better bone smashing. Now I have to go out and hear a 22-year-old girl go MOG. And I'm like, I made that. And they're like, right. But then to be even in a twist of fate, a bizarre twist of fate. Clav was in ASU, and this ASU frat leader went like this with his frame of shoulders, and that was known as a frame mog. My principal being frame, but them co-opting that in the information war to be your shoulder frame.
I didn't know that.
And it's called a frame mog. That's when you just turn off the internet and you take a walk. You're like 25 years of teaching social skills, and in the end, it's like, what do the kids do these days? They're like,
Antisocial bullshit.
like Elon Musk says, we think of history as having forward progress guaranteed. Like our ideas progress. But he says that without constant pressure and forward movement, they can revert. 25 years of teaching social skills, and it's like, you know, God has a sense of humor. God has a sense of humor, bro. You know, right? Like, God is funny. Okay. So, would you like to learn the original Frame-og?
Yeah.
Can I find like 20 guys left on the earth that might want to learn from little old me? Little Frame-og, the real Frame-og. Does anyone care anymore? I'm just an old man. I'm just a little old man out here in my basement of a seminar room. I'll teach you how we used to Frame-og back in the day. Back when I was a kid, we had to Frame-og. We didn't need no bone smashing. We had Frame-ogging. We had a pager. We didn't even have a cell phone. We had an answering machine, and we had a Frame-og. That's true. Do you know that when I first went out, I'd leave messages on an answering machine? This is real. Do you remember answering machines? That's fucked up, bro. Some of them were on a tape recorder. You'd be like, hey, it's Luke, and we met last night at Stage's nightclub. It was a pleasure to meet you. Please give me a call back. And then they'd call back. They'd actually call you. Now it's like mass DM ghosting, you know, trying to take her to Dubai to take a shit on her or something, like Hummus Mafia, or tag the sponsor, right? So, you know, whole new world. It's a whole new world. Girls getting shit on in Dubai. Men punching themselves in the face. It'll be great when we tag the sponsor for you. It's a whole new world. Take HGH at age 20. You'll be infertile and have no kids, but you'll punch yourself in the face alone. It's a whole new world. All my videos got banned. I'm alone in the basement of a hotel with like 20 guys. And I used to be famous, but now I'm like Johnny Drama and Entourage as a has-been. What do you think? Was that good? Okay. Frame-og! I knew the Frame-og! Back in the day, we Frame-ogging. It wasn't like this, it was a Frame-og. Blueprint Decoded, y'all. Who ever watched Blueprint Decoded? Anybody watch it? Okay. Frame-og. Okay. You know what's funny too? Do you guys understand the degree to which I can smoke every one of these younger guys? How bad do you think it is?
It probably looks like
I would pay to see it.
It would look like fake content every time. Yeah, the gap is so wide as far as the result. The gap is so astronomical that people don't have a context for it, okay? Now, by the way, let me make a side point, then we're going to go back on frame, okay? I also come from an era where gurus made millions. These kid gurus these days, they're like, I've got a little school group. I make like $70K a month. I got an ad partnership for $10K a month, and I'm making $80K a month. I'm like, you're broke. What's all these broke gurus? Can't a guru get a private jet anymore? Come on, man. You can't have a list like that, not have a PJ. Am I right? Like, let's bring back the real fucking evil guru. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, I'm joking, but come on, man. Like, you can't be a guru and not like, you're supposed to be a guru and like, you gotta like bring back Benny Hinn, you know what I'm saying? We need Benny Hinn back, right? Like, I want the real guru back. I come from the real guru. Acolyte fans, millions of dollars. I taught it to Marcel. Do you guys see how he lives? Yep. He was 19. Okay? Bring back actually getting paid. These guys don't even get paid. I met one of the most famous ones at CVS. I love the guy's great. Might even come tonight. I was chatting him. One of the probably second most famous one. I'm like, hey man, like, what do you do? And he's like, I'm like, how do you monetize? He's like, we make money from this thing called Stake or something. You guys know what it is? It's like a gambling thing. They're making like $10K a month. All those followers, all that fame for like $30K a month? That's way too much exposure for $30K a month. You gotta have, if you're gonna have that kind of exposure, you gotta have private security. You can't be running around with only $30K a month. That's baby money. Okay? So, let's bring back the mega guru. Want to learn that? Yeah. You're like, I don't know. It sounds kind of shady. Okay? Yeah. I'm joking, but not joking. Yeah.
Could you talk about like stepping into somebody's frame, like learning from the guru?
Yes, here's what it is. Okay, watch this.
I'm believing everything you're saying, right? I'm purposely...
Well, guess what? What did I tell you that I did over the years? Did I just exert my frame all day? What did I do? What did I tell you guys? Learn. I went to all the masters. See, watch this. Lowest level, groupthink in everybody else's frame. Next level, in your own frame. Why is it harder to exert frame than to be in frame? Why?
It takes energy.
It is, say the word, calorically demanding. Calorically demanding. It actually burns calories to exert frame. Okay? I am burning a lot of calories exerting frame on all of you right now. Okay? But here's a higher level. A higher level than that is what often happens is that we get good at being in our own frame and we realize that it gets us results. The problem is, and Trump is guilty of this sometimes, is that his frame is so strong that he can't get the right advice. Okay, he has some great advisors, but often does not. And so as a result, why can someone with a strong frame sometimes not accept advice from somebody who could massively help them?
They won't enter someone else's frame.
Yeah, but why won't they enter somebody else's frame?
Because they're so attached to their own.
Not just that. Because, okay, if being in groupthink is not calorically expensive for the brain, because the brain's burning a huge, who knows how many percentage calories of your whole body your brain's burning? 40%. 25%. For me running a seminar like this, how many calories do you think I'm burning?
60%.
Massive amounts, okay? So now, likewise, by the way, Luke, when you're watching Jones, the actual thing that makes him potent is that he's in training his audience how to actually think for themselves in a weird, inadvertent way. And you do it too. What he's basically doing is he's up there and he's looking at things for himself through his lens. Whereas the mainstream media is just taking their marching orders. That is the categorical difference with independent media when it's done well. It's more calorically expensive. And the best ones are like razor sharp on it. Their brain is jacked up and strong. So what is my brain doing up here that maybe you're learning from me as you sit here? What are you beginning to learn to do when you're watching how I attack problems? How do I attack problems?
I mean, just the way you speak, honestly, like when you're the way you communicate, like the way you're like, okay, now everybody say this, or something like that. It actually works really well, like in the field too, as well. It's like,
Yeah.
now everybody say, hey, to Kevin.
Yeah.
Hi, Kevin.
Yep.
And they're like, hi, Kevin.
Oh yeah, no, it's killer with dating. Ridiculous. Okay. Yeah, it's energetic transfer. So I'm showing you guys how to control a room. That's what I'm doing up here, okay? What else am I doing though? What am I doing up here?
Free associating.
I am free associating. What else am I doing up here?
Just being like unhinged, honestly.
Oh yeah, that's a great one. Repeat this after me for friend control. If you're a little bit crazy, they think you're nuts. If you're batshit crazy, they make you their leader. Watch this, because look how I even talk, right? Watch how I talk. This is how a normal person would talk. Watch. If you're a little bit crazy, they think you're nuts. If you're batshit crazy, they make you their leader. Okay, do you see that, right? Now, how do I say it? Now I've got to. So I kind of went out of gear. I'm going to breathe. See, now I'm not even in it. Do you guys see that? I lost gear. Do you guys see that? Yep. So now I've come out of frame. It's like jacking yourself off. You got to ease yourself into it. If you're a little bit crazy, they think you're nuts. If you're batshit crazy, they make you their leader. Batshit crazy. Watch how I go. Batshit crazy. Try doing that. Batshit crazy, okay? Batshit crazy. They make you their leader. Yeah, but by the way, do you see how normal I make that sound?
Yeah.
Watch this. Do you see how normal I make that sound?
Yeah.
Look at the little as I'm going. I go stretch and then like that, okay? It's an instrument. Normal. I'm going like that, okay? Watch. Their leader. Do that. Their leader. Go, they make you their leader. They make you their leader. They make you their leader. I am your It's called fractionation. Don't laugh at me! Stop laughing at me! Stop laughing at me! Stop laughing at me! I'm not telling you! And now you're gone! Am I telling you?
You're gonna kill him.
Give me a hand, give me a hand. Come explain fractionation. Tell them what fractionation is. Watch this, okay?
So fractionation is when you take somebody in or you take somebody out, then you put them in. What he was doing right there. You notice how I was getting louder each time, but then I was pulling back. I could have even done it deeper where I'm like,
Now why do we do that?
Because
what is the limit of trance if we don't fractionate?
Oh, it's essentially like wherever you're at, and when like you're deeper in already, because I was hypnotizing him earlier too, so he's already like completely out of it. But wherever, every single time you go in and out, you go a level deeper. Once you hit past a certain point and you get into somnambulism, you just drop like a rock. Like you'll take on any belief that anybody tells you. Hence, When I say you're a chicken and you act like a chicken, you're a chicken.
So it's called
Somnambulance is someone that's very easily influenced, like they're basically asleep, but, and it's a pretty big percent of the population. That's why we need a human awakening project, because everyone's whacked out. But what happens is that, and come back for 1 second. I'm boring for 1 more second. So you hit a point where the person's at max satiation of the trance. So you have to pull them back out of trance and put them back into trance. Out of trance, into trance. And it's the same thing with sex, right? So if you just jackhammer the girl during sex, that's not likely to get her to come. What do? Jackhammer a bit, back out, tease, back in, satiate, back out, tease, back in, right? So even if you're looking at her pussy, you're like in, you go out, kiss on the thigh until she begs, back in, okay? And back out, back in, back out, bang, back in. Got it? Could you explain that principle in fractionation?
Yeah, so what happens each time is you go a level deeper, right? So you hit the max, you pull back, you go back in. You do that enough times, your brain, your conscious mind shuts off completely. It just shuts off. It's like comedians do a really good job of this. They get you laughing with some silly stuff in the beginning, then they set an anchor word. It's called an anchor, right? It could be they're like, boom. Or in Owen's case, pow, right? You'll notice he'll keep doing that, not consciously. He'll just keep doing that. So he's like teaching you that's an anchor. Pow, pow, pow. So when you do that, all of a sudden you'll find what the comedy audience is they'll just say pow, and then the entire room will just blow up laughing. Is it actually funny? No, you're just in trance.
Yeah, also, have a seat, thank you. Watch this, okay? As I'm doing it, at the extreme level where I'm screaming on the back end, if I start like that, what's the problem?
It's too much too quick.
Too much too soon, right? So say you're having sex with a girl and you just start, jackhammer! Come, okay? Too much too soon.
Too much too soon.
Yeah, so what happens is, as they're more in your frame, repeat this after, as someone's more in your frame, there are a broader number of things that they are responsive to. Okay? By the way, you know what's hilarious? One of the big looks maxers that I met, again, I like these guys. I'm fans of them. I think they're fucking hilarious and very entertaining. I think they're some of the most entertaining people on the internet. They're hysterical. But I remember I talking to him, and he's like, and a great guy. I'm hoping to I might even get him to come here tonight. Great guy. He just doesn't know. He's just not aware. It's not a sphere. So he meets me, and he's like, oh, here's like this little jackass Owen guy I've heard of, right? And you know, guess what? Hysterically, guess what I was doing when I met him? I was buying condoms at CVS. So I thought that was kind of funny. So probably in his mind, he's like, He's like, and he didn't know that I'd see this. So maybe this little subhuman might have at some point, had sex. So they call it a subhuman if you're not looks max. It's pretty funny. I think it's funny. Okay, so anyway. So I say to him, I said, hey, pop by the seminar. And you can see that his frame is so strong that none of this could help. He goes, and I can't quote exactly, but something like he was like, again, I'd like to be friends with this guy. He's a cool dude. I like him. He's a really smart guy. He just hadn't been exposed to this way of thinking. That's all. So he was like, He's like, okay. He's like, yeah, again, very smart guy. He's like, to be honest, I kind of thought that was cope. That's what they call that looks max community. They call it cope. He goes, I kind of thought it was cope, but I'm down to learn from anybody, and because he actually was. He just had never really dived deep in this rabbit hole. That's all. He goes, I'm down to learn from anybody, and, it sounds like, there could be some value there, and I'm happy to come learn. Okay? So in his mind, he doesn't understand the layers of influence. Here's what you need to understand. How mind-blowing is what you've just learned in the last couple hours? How mind-blowing?
It's mind-blowing, bro.
I could teach this for 100 years, and I'd keep stacking new insight. So this is a very deep well that explains a lot of very weird human behavior. It explains attraction at the highest of levels, and anybody who's a master with attraction or sales
sales is amazing at this, okay? Like a real rainmaker who can bank cash and cash flow is amazing at this. Yep, loud.
So if I understand correctly, like
okay, but point out that in the new generation's mind, there's a 25, 35, 45 year, okay, my generation was 25 years of development of these ideas, but I'm standing on the shoulders of giants. I'm standing on the shoulders of a century of personal growth technology. So the young kids are literally wiping over 100+ years of iteration. They're making less money than the old school gurus. They're not as good with attraction as old school gurus, but they literally think because they have no other way. Pause and consider that. Okay, but yeah, keep going.
So, frame works like this.
Louder.
Like this, like if you have.
Come on, man, louder.
Like pets are just following your frame, and you're saying you're their owner. Like, and they're just like in your frame, and then.
A pet is a bit different. That's domestication, but it's not. But not as far off as you might think. Yeah. Yep.
So how do we frame our?
We're getting there. We're getting there. Yep.
So can you speak to the relationship between?
Stand up. Look at the front.
Yeah. Can you speak to the relationship between getting into the zone or getting into state and frame, and how is it the process, like the 6-step process? What does that do for you when you're going a little bit farther?
You know what's really cool? Both these questions are what we're getting to. So you guys we're on the same wavelength. Actually,
Okay.
That's really good. Maybe you'll have one too. What is it?
Okay, so does fractionation apply to actual game itself? Like, are you taking someone in and out of frame? Is that a thing? Or?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if I'm talking to a smoke show and I'm doing the look, obviously it would be okay. Say the word affirmative yes. Affirmative yes. Okay, which means always checking for consent at each level. Okay, say that. Always checking for consent at each level. Okay, so say it's not no means no.
It's not no means no.
It's yes means yes.
Yes means
checking in at each phase. So I'm not going to start screaming in somebody's face without consent. Do you understand? But if they're having fun and you're checking in and you're joking with them, yeah, that kind of joking, again, consensually between consenting adults, joking around like that can be fun. Okay, because it also shows you as an incredible sexual partner. Okay? Like, this man can provide me an experience. They are bored. Okay? They are excessively bored. They're like, why do these guys suck so bad? They dress up like a fairy. Okay, you know your first clue? You might want to have a little more fun with them. They're dressed like a fucking fairy. Pause. Do you guys see it? They run around dressed like a fairy. And you normalize that in your head. This other human being is not jokingly, but literally dressed like a fairy, like a princess, like sparkling, like painted their face, push-up bra, flowing dress, flowing hair, and goes to the club and does what? This. And you're like, well, I got a promotion at the factory. Hello, my name is Fred. Hello, fairy. I've got a new bungalow with a white picket fence, and I got a raise at the factory. I'm a great guy with integrity, and I can provide and protect. Right? And she's like, I'm being a fucking fairy over here, motherfucker, right? So now I come in and I'm like, bah, bah, and the girl's like laughing. I'm taking her on a fantasy world because they like LARPing. Say the word LARPing. And cosplaying. Also, they like a fake alpha better than a real alpha any day. A fake alpha, who's a LARPing fake alpha? Bieber. Who's a LARPing fake alpha? Harry Styles. Do you think girls are at home fantasizing about Jocko Willink?
Yeah.
Wow. You know who fantasizes about Jocko Willink? A 50-year-old woman that got pumped and dumped and chlamydia from Harry Styles for 30 years and still kind of thinks about it and goes, I think I'm over that. I want Jocko when she's 50. And still goes for Harry Styles and cheats on Jocko with Harry. They prefer a LARPing alpha, a cosplay alpha, like live action roleplay, look that up if you know what it means, a cosplay alpha over a real alpha. A real alpha is an invasion of their fantasy world. It's too heavy. It's too real and dense. It's not light and fun. Okay? So a fake alpha, like a promoter or a Harry Styles or Drake, like, I don't know, what's the song? What's the Drake song? What's the Drake song?
Hotline Bling.
What is it?
Hotline Bling.
What's the chorus?
It goes, I don't need a hotline bling.
What is it? I don't need a hotline bling.
Yeah, that can only mean one thing.
I don't need. Okay, this is alpha to a girl. I don't need a hotline bling.
Yeah.
And what? What?
That can only mean one thing.
That could only mean one thing.
He's just like, oh.
Yeah. What's he doing? What's he doing? What's he doing? It's all frame control.
It's
all frame control. It's the same as Travis Scott.
It's like a fantasy, like you said. It's fantasy bullshit.
And he's fully, say the word, he's fully bought in. Here's the main key. Like, is Benny Hinn fully bought in?
Yeah.
Let the bodies hit the floor, right? Benny Hinn, he's come, Jesus. Just do that. Go, Jesus. 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 Yeah, that's what a potent Southern Baptist preacher is doing. They're incredible. You should absolutely go see them. Have you guys ever seen the Speaking in Tongues? Oh yes. Who's seen that?
I've seen it. I've seen it.
Who's seen it in person?
Oh yeah.
Describe what it's like.
No, it's literally. I think I can remember it. It sounds insane.
Anyone know how to do it?
Yes.
Okay, show us.
So my
Come on.
mom had me
Let's go.
do it when I was a child.
Guys, guys. Speaking in tongues. Pay attention.
That's what I remember from 3 years old. My parents were also involved in cults, so I've seen all this.
That's
Right?
awesome.
Yeah.
I want to go. Okay,
It's
I'm super going.
It's very
I
interesting.
want to speak in tongues. Show me how to do it. I want to do it.
No, it's just
You
make
gotta
up any words.
Yeah, but like they don't just do it. Like, what kind of state are they in? As like, what do they do?
It actually kind of sounds demonic.
I agree with
Like,
that too.
it's-
That kind of bothers me. But nonetheless, okay. Aside from the fact that it's kind of fucked up,
Yeah.
here's what they're actually doing. If you want to know, this is pretty awesome. What I'm gonna tell you is pretty awesome. Okay. First of all, let's do it. Let's do it together. Okay, let's do the speaking in tongues. It'll be a great clip for virality. Like, this is what he's teaching. This is what Owen teaches now. Owen's fallen from grace. He teaches like, like I'm totally not teaching that, but they'll send you. Okay, so do it with me. Like, it's like, here, let's all do it. Like, here, let's all speak in tongues. This will be a great clip to clip me. Okay, so go. I mean, hey, speed of execution. Let's try something new. Okay, thank you. Okay, you're absolutely okay. So look. So here's what's happening there. Okay, what they're actually doing. By the way, you want to know what's actually happening there? Pay attention. Pay attention. You know how I teach you to get unstifled using the 6 steps when you go out? It's not as different from that as you think. What they're doing is follow this. They're unkinking neurotic holding patterns. So, you remember how yesterday I got you to open up and I got you to open up? You guys remember that yesterday? I got you guys to open up? That was actually me unkinking the hose for you of this really tightly held neurotic holding pattern. And I'm just telling you, let it go. How did that feel when I got you guys to just let go of this thing, like this anally constricted for years, and just let it go and you realize you'd be safe? How'd that feel?
Oh, great. Like, if I, like...
Louder.
The weight of my shoulder, like...
Put you more and say it, right?
Yeah, definitely.
How about you? How have you been feeling since you did that?
Amazing, absolutely.
Louder.
Absolutely fucking amazing.
Yeah, how great?
Billion%.
Billion%, okay? I knew that. I'm just the ultimate unkinker of hoses. Oh, yeah.
Owen, does this
Including with dating, okay? You gotta unkink the hose. Yeah.
Does this mean we have to buy our own shit to sink deeply into our frame?
Do I buy my own shit?
Yes, you do.
Uh-huh. Yes, I do. Okay? Yeah, my delusions of grandeur are the stuff of myths. Not even legends, myths. Yeah.
So like the hypnotization, I hypnotize myself to success every single day.
Yep.
How do you use fractionization?
Give me a minute. Okay, so what? I gotta finish this point. Watch this, okay? I'll get back to it, I promise you. Okay, so look. I'm getting you to go around a venue, open, 1,000 out of 10, 1,000 out of 10, 1,000 out of 10. I'm getting you out of your neurotic holding pattern. Say out of neurotic holding patterns. So that's how I'm getting loose all the time. Last night when you saw me chatting everybody out in the street, that was me breaking the knots. It's like a masseuse cracking knots. That's what I'm doing. That's why I did that with you guys. Question about it? Yep. If it's about this, yeah.
No, a little bit. So it's related. Basically, my question is, how do you do that in day-to-day life? In the sense, like we have to like business to run.
Chat, people.
Okay.
You ever go get lunch?
Yeah, but
Chat, people. You know what girls do? You know what girls do? They dance in their fucking room. A lot of these girls dance in their fucking room. They do. They dance because women are at their worst, you know, like little hypergamy demons, but at best are oracles. They're really are oracles. Women get it. Women intuitively know what they need to do to get present. They're actually very powerful beings. Very powerful, beautiful beings. They have a bad side and a good side, just like guys have a bad side and good side. They got great sides to them. Women help me to get unstifled. I learned that from a lot of it from women, actually. They're there to help men. Men are very like, and women are like flowing, right? So they help you. You ever notice that women often have this very like holy, like kind of like this like very divinity to them, where they have this big, like a girl working at McDonald's will have this incredible smile. You guys ever seen that? Yeah. Like these big bright eyes. It's like, bitch, you work at McDonald's, but she's like big bright eyes, smiling like an angel. Women are very angelic, actually, and they help guys get back to that. And kids can often be very spiritual in their own way too, right? Like they're big bright eyes playing with a toy, and they help you to remember as a parent how to find that again. Men are very like beaten to shit and angry. Okay, but what a lot of these groups do is they get you doing rituals that break the neurotic holding patterns, which put you in state. Well, guys, I got news for you, and I'm gonna blow your brain apart right now. As a man, if you wanna have sex, do you need to go to the club, party, and dance? No. Do women?
Yes.
They kinda do. You ever been with a girl who wants to go home with you, but she's like, I just need to keep dancing longer? What's happening?
She's breaking the neurotic patterns.
Wow.
She's breaking her neurotic holding pattern around feeling like a hoe.
That's great.
That's why they're doing that. They're breaking their neurotic holding pattern about feeling slutty, so they go, they party. Some of them, the bad version that I don't like is if they drink to shut down their logical brain. I don't like that part, but they're also, the good part I like is they're dancing. Okay, I don't mess with drunk girls, but you know, they're dancing. If you just go, let's go now, they can't necessarily go. They have to dance to break the kink of, it's bad if I have sex with a guy I just met. So that's why they go there, to get in that trance. That's why if you tell a woman, I'll invite you to a party, they love a party, because a party is vetted, so the guys are usually more safe and cool. And the ratio, here's what they also like. Try to, guys. Pay attention. Okay. Logically speaking, if you're a woman, wouldn't you rather go to a party where the ratio is more men than women? No, think about it.
Logically, sure.
Do you like a party where there's more women than men? Yeah. Shouldn't they like a party where there's more men than women? Yeah. Now, we kind of know that it usually means that there's not as good of a vetting process and there's not screening, so that's why they don't like those parties, but there's another reason too. They need a ratio for their hypergamy to turn on. They can't get attracted to a man easily at a venue where there's more men than women. Their hypergamy won't get activated. And give me one sec, I wanna hear it. And in addition to that, in a venue where the guys are ideally screened, so they're not losers, because they got into a hard to access party, the hypergamy is activated by the ratio, and then the dancing dislodges the neurotic holding pattern, putting them into state and getting horny. Okay? Like you'll see girls at the end of the night dancing and like shaking that ass. They call it shaking ass sometimes, right? And by the end of the night, you can almost tell that anyone could just walk up, put their hand out, and just go home together right there. You can see it when it's happened. Okay? In fact, one of the most shocking epiphanies I had in my early 20s was I could go and chatting a girl up, get it to where she's unstifled for 3 hours, put in the work, and then I could leave and bring in my friend, and my friend and her would leave together. Guys that are a little clever little sneakers will often wait outside a venue for the outflow when they've been getting pumped up all night, walk up to some dude who bought her all these cool things all night, spent money on tables, drinks, all that. But what happened to his value as he was spending money? He lost hypergamy because his value went down. The guy walks up, never spent any money. That guy spent money to disengage the logical mind and the neurotic holding patterns, but lost value in parallel by spending money. The guy who didn't spend money walks in and scoops up that state like a jackal, where an animal hunted the other animal, burnt down calories, took risks on it, and then the other animal comes in and just eats it and scares off that animal. I think lions do that sometimes, right? Like maybe a cheetah killed an animal, then a lion can just come in and eat the kill. That's what guys do on the way out of the venue. This is all real. This is also why it kind of messes you up when you have a relationship, because you're like, wow, this has nothing to do with me. And frankly, if someone else pumps her up and she's in that state, she might cheat. And the problem is that I actually genuinely believe that women are capable of not cheating if they were told about that tendency from a younger age. Okay? If they were told about that tendency from a younger age, then I believe that they would have enough sentience and proactivity to go, oh, wait, I'm in that mode. I don't want to cheat on my boyfriend. But because they don't know they do that, and then they claim to have agency all the time, when me as a man, I don't even claim to have agency all the time. Look, if I'm on a cutting weight and you put bread on my table, white bread with butter, I'm inhaling it. Yeah. When did I cheat on my diet? When I inhaled the bread from the table, or when I didn't tell the waitress to take it back, please? Like, hey, when I was really cutting and I was lean, when they brought the bread, I said, hey, please take it back. I had that awareness. But if you think that you always have unlimited agency, you're wrong. Another powerful piece. Why don't you have unlimited agency? Because we have 90%-ish, whatever the number is, I don't know, of the day is run on autopilot, and only like 10% of the day is in your willpower to go off of autopilot. So once the 10% of your mental calories for the day gets depleted. So for example, say that when the waitress drops the bread, right? Watch this, okay? Watch, and watch. She puts the bread on the table, right? To not take the bread burns calories. Did you know this? Why?
You're making a decision making.
Why does it burn calories to not eat the bread?
Active willpower.
Active willpower. If 90% of your day is on autopilot and 10% of the day you're choosing consciously, you every minute you don't eat it, you're burning willpower until eventually you cave and you inhale it. If a girl's out partying, she's just out partying and she's frothing herself into a receptive trance. So guys go out, they go, I'm gonna look smacks, and I'm gonna lift weights, and I'm gonna go to the gym, and I'm gonna get a house and a mortgage. That has nothing to do, almost at all, with her process of who she goes home with. At all. Zero. Here's my question. Why am I the one teaching this? Why is Harvard not teaching this? Why is Yale not teaching this? Why does it almost feel like you're learning something naughty or something? Shouldn't we know more about human reproductive tendencies in our higher education learning, like in Princeton or Stanford, than we know about the reproductive tendencies of a squirrel? We know how a squirrel fucks. Why is what I'm saying so potent and so unknown? But here's where it gets interesting. High-level men all know this. Any high-level man knows this. How did I figure this out? What allowed me to know, oh, I'm so blessed. How did I figure this out?
You went to the field all the time, figured it out.
It's that. But here's the other thing. How did I get so good at sales? How did I get so good at learning this? Where do all these insights come from? Do I get them from a burning bush, like Moses?
Yes.
Like I go to I don't know, like Ibiza or something, like the Mecca of, you know, right? I'm like Ibiza, Rock, tell me. It's like they have a neurotic holding pattern. Okay, so here's how I learned, okay? And this brings it full circle. Guys that are at a high level know that when they see follow this. This is super crazy, I'm gonna tell you, okay? A guy at a high level knows to eat the ribeye and not the snout. Okay, say that. A guy at a high level knows to eat the ribeye and not the snout. So in other words, a high level guy sees through bullshit. Say sees through bullshit, right? So basically what happens is that a chump, is told how to date. They hear that and they go, oh, that is how you do it. A smart guy looks at the behavior not through a lens of what he is told, but just what he sees. How did I figure all this stuff out?
By looking.
I had the eyes to see. I just looked. That's it. I just looked. But I looked without being told. So what does it look like to a girl when you do traditional dating? What does it look like to her?
You're a fucking dork.
Looks like you're too dumb to see reality, okay? Now here's where it gets more interesting. Watch this. Do you guys ever have it where your buddy says turn left, and then you know it's to the right, but they're so sure of it being left that you go, okay, and then later you're like, fuck, I knew that was right. Okay, with the Osh experiments, we put, okay, so you are the guy I'm doing the experiment on, okay? You guys are actors, okay? So who's he?
Oh, I remember.
Who's he?
Subject.
Yeah. Say the subject.
The subject.
Say the subject of the experiment.
Subject of the experiment.
And who are they?
They're the actors.
They're the actors, okay? So I'm gonna pull up we'll call this green for whatever reason. Is that yellow or green? I don't know, what is it? Yellow. Okay, we're gonna pull up a yellow drink, but I'm gonna say it's red. You guys are gonna lie and say it's red. So I go, so he's the subject, they're the actors. I go, hey man, you're an actor. I've told you this in advance. Hey man, what color is this?
Red.
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 What color is this? What color is this?
Red.
Okay, so what happens is in the Osh experiments, most people, their brain, okay, say the word RAS. RAS. Which is reticular activation system. Reticular activation. Which is selective focus.
Selective focus.
If someone is not an alpha male, say that.
If someone is not an alpha male,
their perception will get manipulated by their RAS to believe what will harmonize with the group. Thus, providing safety in the herd. Okay? So literally, like in 2020, you'd see these like weird Chinese propaganda videos of someone getting COVID and falling over. And then the group thinkers are like, and they get scared. Regular guys are like, this is dumb, and then they look stupid. Okay? So, some people did die from COVID, by the way.
Throwing his coat around and then I all fell over.
Yeah, obviously ridiculous. Now, the only way that you can even live an authentic life, there's only two ways. One, you gotta be alpha, therefore you feel safe. Say that.
You gotta be alpha so you can feel safe.
Or the other is, even if you're not alpha, you have a spiritual relationship with God.
Spiritual relationship with God.
And believe that the spirit lives on after death. Therefore creating safety. So, in other words, belief in God aids in discernment. Okay, because you're not seeing things through fear. But what's happening is that via fear, people just believe shit that isn't real. This is so crazy. I could do a 15-hour seminar on all the examples of it and things I've seen. It is unbelievable how much people cave and bend under pressure. It would shock you, okay? You would be absolutely shocked by it, okay? Now, do you remember I said you're either the mesmerized?
Yes.
Say that, mesmerized? Or the mesmerizers? Is that beginning to make more sense now?
Yeah.
Is this like beginning to click, like, okay, that's where I'm trying to take you, okay? Okay, so basically, if you do the thing that you're supposed to do, it tells the woman you're beta. Okay? Like, oh, he believed that shit. Now, follow this. This gets crazy. If you want to understand attraction at the highest of levels, this is where it gets elite. Okay? And sales. Elite. This is where we go elite. Okay? Okay. In mating of animals, how does it now? Never mate like an animal, because it's physically aggressive. You should never ever do that under any circumstance. But just as an analogy, so never ever try to mate like how an animal mates. That's a pretty one-way ticket to destroying your life and someone else's. That's the opposite of affirmative yes, shall we say. But when a ram is fighting another ram, or a moose is fighting another moose, what is the female observing? This is very important, guys. You need to understand this. What is the female animal observing?
Who's more dominant?
Yeah, so who does the female mate with?
More dominant with her.
Can mating contests even result in death?
Yes.
Okay. So that is a physical test of strength. In fact, in Tasmanian devils, the female will have fat on the back of her neck, and the male grabs her with his jaws and drags her in a hole. Okay? Now again, never mate like an animal. I'm scared to even say that in a video because I feel like I'm going to get clipped and they're going to say that I'm saying to do that. I'm not saying to do that. It's disgusting. Fuck anyone that does that. They are the worst people in the world. Never do that. But what a human being's version is a little different, and by little I mean a ton different, but there is some components that are the same. What is the human's test of dominance that's literally happening when you go out?
Who's the stronger frame?
Say it louder, guys.
Frame!
It's what it is. Okay? It's what it is, and nobody's seeing this. And I'm the only one seeing it, and I hate that I'm the only one seeing it because I don't even want to teach this. Do you notice that sometimes when I teach attraction, I look angry? Let me tell you why. I'm the top public speaker alive right now. I could be teaching Tony Robbins type self-help, and nobody's going to give me any shit. I teach this, I get shit on, I have risk of all these problems, but I feel a moral obligation that, say we got 9 billion people in the world, there's 4.5 billion guys that don't understand attraction. And the women aren't happy about this either. Okay? So, every girl goes, I dated a narcissist. Why? Narcissist has frame. So now they're dating bad guys. So I'm trying to help the girls not to have dated a bad guy. So I'm trying to show you something. I personally think this is a room of good guys. Every guy in here I met was a great fucking guy. So I'm trying to show you how to save a girl from dating a narcissist and date a good guy. So watch. This is kind of fucked up to say it, but I'm going to say the quiet part out loud. Even if you're with your girlfriend and a guy comes in and frame-mogs you, she's probably leaving with him. Okay?
Say that one more time.
In the same way that a female moose watches two male mooses beat the shit out of each other until they're almost dead, and then she just goes and mates with a stronger moose. If you have a girlfriend and you walk down the street and some guy comes up and the real version of frame-mogs you, she'll probably leave with him. How do I know? Let's not ask. Okay? What did you see happening last night?
Frame-mogging.
Okay. So, this is why never be a beta. But you need to understand, it might make you mad that happens. Let me explain to you. If you guys are at this course where you're paying me money and I lose frame in this audience, what are you going to feel compelled to do as well?
Refund.
So are you that different?
No.
So it's not, look, if I am going to have the privilege of being a leader and having all of you pay money to assemble here to hear my opinions of things, do I not have a moral obligation to take you to the fucking promised land? Does that make you a bad person that you want me to do that?
No.
Okay, well that's just for a couple grand. What about if you're mating with somebody and you're making a human hybrid clone with them? Think about this. You're doing human hybrid cloning. You're gonna raise that baby in your stomach, breastfeed it, maybe die if it doesn't come out of your pussy properly to have it. Is it not fair to your girl that you're not a bitch? You're like, no, she's not loyal. Who's not loyal? If I come up here like a bitch, what you guys came here offering to make me the leader for a weekend. If I'm a bitch and you leave, was it that you were disloyal? When you came here to give me a chance,
You guys gave me a chance. So if I don't bring my best and you leave, are you bad?
No.
Friendship and loyalty, when it's based on yucks and having a good time, is not transactional. But when you're involving money, there is transaction, right?
Yeah.
To be loyal to you, I have to be a better option so that whatever you'd spend with me is giving you a better return on investment than you could get buying a couch at a PlayStation, right?
Right.
But if you could get better value to buy a couch and a PlayStation, who betrayed who?
Yeah.
I betrayed you. So, if a girl feels she has a better option, who betrayed who? But now guys get all weird about it and they go, oh, she's going for the richer guy, the better looking. No, they don't. No, they don't. They actually fuck promoters a lot of the time that are short and broke. But what does that promoter have? Frame muggery. Okay? So, oh, women aren't loyal? A woman will sleep on a couch under a bridge with a fucking club promoter. Yep.
In the Latin dance.
Ladder, man. Ladder, bro.
In the Latin dance scene that I'm in, I see this all the time. These little guys that bring this great energy, and they hook up with these gorgeous tall girls.
Here, come on and talk about this. Say it. Yeah, use that. Share it.
Yeah, so as someone who used to be like a pretty kind of a black pillar, I don't have hair, I'm not tall enough, I'm not this, I'm not that. I got into the Latin dance scene, right? The people that saw me in Orlando heard me talk about this already. And I'm blown away by exactly what he's saying. These little dudes that, obviously they learn how to dance well, but they bring a lot of good energy and they bring a lot of frame. And next thing you know, they have these gorgeous tall women like chasing them around like puppies. Their frame is so fucking solid. So yeah, it's that.
He's going viral right now because he's dancing with the girl I posted him.
Yeah.
He's going viral right now.
I got into talking with him. I got into like the loosey-goosey way of being, and these two really cute girls, exactly my type. They were eating there. I think, well, PJ is not here. He was interacting with them. Then I came over. I got them. I was retard matching the hell out of them to the point where I was starting to get bored of it. I couldn't. But that's not even the best of it. Like,
I know you're just clouded. I just thought it's funny.
I actually got both of them to grind on me, which was blowing my mind.
Because what is dance? Leading, unstifling. That's attraction.
Yeah. And then where I fucked up is I left them for too long because I was trying to like not crowd them. That's like a calibration thing I'm trying to figure out. Whatever. Yep. I stepped away and then they just kind of.
Awesome. Give me a hand for that. It's fucking great. So, okay. Huh?
In the comments, they said it's fake.
Yeah. I mean, these guys are crazy, dude. These guys are so on a different fucking planet. They're so retarded, I can't even begin. Now watch this, okay? So a shit test, why is it okay, pause and consider, why is it specifically a woman's version? Okay, if a girl's talking to you and she's not giving you shit, why is that bad?
Because she doesn't care.
What does a girl do when she starts getting attracted?
She's testing you.
So what is a man's version of dominance then if it is her calling you, a dickhead or whatever, right? It's called, the word for this that women call it is banter. Say the word banter. Banter. So banter is the girl gives you let's get a clear-cut definition of banter. Observe and pay attention. Men need to learn to master banter. So whenever a guy says it's all about looks and money, I'm like, yeah, but if you just think that, you're not going to master banter. Mating is a dance. Say that.
Mating is a dance.
A major component of that dance. Is banter.
It's banter.
So I must initiate banter. Okay, so why don't we philosophize for a moment? Yell out some things that banter might include. Ed, I'm telling you, if you're great at banter, you're gonna smash. So what is banter? Fun. Energy. What else?
Unstifled.
Unstifled. What else?
Provocation.
Provocation. Arguing. Yeah, it is. Teasing.
Physicality.
It could be. What else? With consent. Yeah. What else? Frame. Okay, watch. So what they do, a girl who to a regular guy is very friendly, actually. Very friendly, very nice, right? So if a girl's talking to someone with like a disability, for example, right? She doesn't start bantering them usually, right? Who does she banter with?
Guys she finds.
Alpha males. Alpha males. Chads, right? You can be a Chad without being a Chad. Okay? I'm more Chad than Chad. Put me beside Chad. Watch. You guys saw last night. Okay? So there's different definition of a Chad. Okay? So banter is a combination of a couple elements. And there's probably many ways to define it, but I'm going to freeball it. One of them is when you're in state, like I'm in state now to whatever extent, right? So what am I doing in this speech? What am I doing in this speech? This speech is not scripted, so what am I doing?
Free associating.
Say it louder, please.
Free associating.
Everybody say that word.
Free associating.
How do I do improvisational speaking like this? Say it. What is the mechanics that allows me to free associate?
Detachment.
Flow state.
Winner effect.
Gotcha.
Okay, so when you get a bunch of social validation, your brain neurochemistry opens up. This is proven by Robert Sapolsky. There's a book called The Winner Effect. Okay? So, you ever been out and a bunch of girls liked you and you felt your brain switch on?
Yeah.
You got a momentum, right?
Yeah.
Why do you think I teach you 1,000 out of 10 with every social interaction?
To self-validate.
Self-validate. You're self-validating your winner effect, okay?
So we can do it without them.
Yep, so you don't need them to always validate you, okay? All right, now, I'm initiating a winner effect. Now, really, what going out does is it allows you to learn about winner effect. But what is the holy grail of winner effect? Is it that women validated you? And then you got winner effect and state? Is that the holy grail?
It's friends.
What is the holy grail of winner effect?
Self-validation.
Luke, you've hung out with me.
Yeah, validating, man.
Luke, you've hung out with me.
Yeah.
Do I become sad and introverted when I'm not being perpetually validated by women?
There's no outcome dependency.
Yeah. When we hang out, am I still able to free associate over lunch?
All the time.
Okay, so when I was new, I was more shut down and introverted and trapped in my brain. And then if I had a couple good interactions of validation and the mana of the validation was poured upon me, then I would start to get in state. That's why I got addicted to going out. But the holy grail, repeat this after me, is, and this is kind of a narcissism word that I'm going to co-opt in a fucked up way, say the word self-supply.
Self-supply.
Yeah, it's self-supply. In other words, real confidence, say real confidence, is capacity for self-supply. Of validation, and approval, and self-love. Okay? So in other words, you have to have self-love in order to retain your winner effect. So, okay. So what guys do is they look smacks so that they can get supply. They get rich so they can get supply. But what if you never needed all those things? What if you could just have self-supply? How do you have self-supply? Meditate. 1,000 out of 10. Here's another one, by the way. Repeat this after me. Take so much action, you take over the thinking mind. Or actually, say the word, you overwhelm the thinking mind. What is this? What's happening? What are you doing?
Overwhelming.
You're taking so much action. What's this? What is this? What is this? What is this? You're overwhelming your thinking mind, right? What great sex is where you overwhelm your logical brain and you're just like, right? That's what you're craving. Ironically, what most men crave with sex is just a bit of relief. You're so trapped in your head from work that if you could fuck at the end of the day, you could get out of your head. Train yourself to get out of your head on your own. By the way, I don't want to die on this hill or anything, so I'm not looking to be this guy, but I'm actually pro-FAP. I am. I absolutely disagree with NoFap. I've had a lot of guys tell me great things about NoFap. I've heard great results. A lot of my friends love it, like great friends of mine. I personally think that you should be able to not need a woman to come. That's just my opinion. Like, I think if I just, every time I need to bust a nut, I need a girl, that is not good, okay? So I don't want that at all. I guess where it comes into play for guys is guys who don't have sex, and then they sit at home and they just chronically masturbate all day, and it like destroys them. And I think that's like a real thing, okay? But for a guy who's not like crippled like that, I don't think that you should only come when a girl fucks you. I mean, that's bad, dude. Like you're going, like you have a dry spell of 2 weeks, and like your nuts backed up for 2 weeks, you got blue balls. Like, I don't see that being good.
A lot of people who
Am I wrong? Yeah, and I've also heard that it's not the best for your prostate to never come. But then other people say that it's like if you seed retention, it builds your G and some. I don't know. Anyway, I don't know. I feel like I got enough energy. So okay, I feel like my whole persona is like a sperm swimming up a hole. I'm like, okay, so I'm like a sperm if a sperm could talk. I'm like, da. Okay. Do you know that I imagine that actually my head is say the word Genesis? Say the word Genesis? Yeah. I imagine myself as like the energy of Genesis. Like I imagine myself as like I'm the energy of creation of that which was not there and I'm creating it. So I kind of imagine myself like a sperm. Wow. Yeah, and I have a breeder fetish too. So I love children, I love life. You want to hear something fucked up, side point? I actually resonate so much with life. It's why I like being in a forest. Like, I like to be surrounded by happiness and money. I want to be with all you guys while you get rich. And I want to help you guys have kids. That's why I'm obsessed with this shit. Like, my version of happiness is like you guys all get money and everyone's like prosperous, like throwing money around, and everyone has so much money they can give everyone else money, and I can do like free tours and I can do free videos, and everyone's got money and everyone's got girls, and we're pumping whole, and like kids are coming out, and then we're like in a forest and there's animals around, and we're like, yeah, like that's like how I think. Yeah, that is it. I'm not joking though. It's so fucked. I don't even like peeing in a toilet because I want to pee on a tree to give it life. When I'm at home, I piss outside. I feel, because why would I piss in this fucking, the plants need it. I'm in California, dude. I don't like to piss in the toilet. I wash my hands after, okay? But I'm just saying, like, I always try to piss outside because I feel happy when I pee on the plant. I'm like, I'm helping the plant. You know, whenever I have excess food after a restaurant, I want to give that life that the animal gave to the homeless or give it to somebody because I don't want to waste it. Does that make sense? I like the generational life. I think when you're a positive person, you want to generate life. And you want to help people, and you resonate with expansion. But anyway, here, let's focus. But this is real, by the way. Like, I'm a cartoon. Like, I actually just want, like, even ask Luke, like, how much should I call him? Like, come on, man. Like, I'll show you more sales stuff. We're going to have money. It's going to be awesome. I'll show you sales. We're going to go out. Like, I'm like a cartoon. Like, I'm all, yeah, it's nonstop, dude. Like, this is just what my personality is like. That's why I don't like alcohol, because it poisons you, right? Okay, so, yeah, that's why I like superfoods, like herbs and stuff. It's like life, energy, mana. Man. All right. How much public speaking have I been doing for weeks now? It's ridiculous, okay? I have so much life. I'm filled with life, okay? Potency, life. That's why I like sex, okay? So, all right, now let's focus. So, going back on shit testing. So, the girls are testing what? Your frame. That's it. They're testing frame. They're seeing how much you depend on the group think. That's attraction. So, if you walk up to a guy with a girl and you rely less on groupthink than him, you get frame and she leaves you. This is the quiet part out loud. Any legit dude fucking knows it. Look, you go up to a natural and you talk to him with this girl, they know. They know exactly what's happening. You look at them, they look at you and they kind of nod at you. They're like, yeah, you know, huh? Like, you know the secret, huh? Like, you know, huh? I'm like, yeah, I know. You know? But I battle them all the time. Every time I see a natural, I come up and I start chatting the group. Every time. Let's see what you're gonna do. It's like when I went to go see Sam Hyde. Let's see what you're gonna do. I'm curious. I have a high degree of curiosity. What you gonna do? Right here, dispense of me. Get rid of me. Win. Show me. Show me your kung fu. Like, that's what I'm like, show me your kung fu. I'm curious what they'll do. I like to lose, by the way. Do you see why? I like it when they win. I'm like, yeah. And guess what I do after they win?
You learn from them.
I take it and I use it. Right? You go lose fights to see their moves, right? So yeah, I'm like Ken and Ryu with Street Fighter, like learning from all the best, right? I want to absorb their power. Okay, I want to see other gurus. I love frame. It's a hobby. Look, it's just a hobby, guys. I also made millions of dollars from it. I'm rich as fuck. So it doesn't hurt. Oh, it also helps you to meet women. So, you know, it might be a better hobby than playing, Elden Ring. You know, hobbies have levels, right? Hobbies have levels. Do you guys understand what this hobby has done for my life? Do you understand what this hobby's done for my life? Okay, it's pretty awesome, okay? So, lets you frame mog. It's pretty awesome, okay? I can also, by the way, I grew up depressed. Why? I was in everybody else's frame. I was told I sucked. I learned to control my own frame, which means I learned to control my own mood. Let's go back to banter. So banter includes shit testing. What else does it include? What else does banter include? The buyer-seller dynamic. Say that.
Buyer-seller dynamic.
Do you notice how they can kind of frame it like you want something from them? Ever notice that? They're quite good at it, aren't they? They are incredible at it. They are incredible! Everything they do! So, the buyer-seller dynamic, it's always that they are cooler than you. So you have to be learning to be cooler than them. That's an abstract word. What's cooler mean? I don't have an exact definition, but I'd recommend you philosophize on it for the next 5 years. Okay? Learn what it looks like where the cool alpha males are with the hot girls, and the hot girls are in their frame, and the hot girls are looking up to them, and the hot girls are chasing their approval. Just learn what it looks like. Just figure it out. I don't know how to tell you. Just got to see it, okay? I know, what do you want me to tell you? Then she does, I don't know, dude. Just fucking look it up, okay? If you look at it, if you spend a couple years looking at it, you'll figure it out. Got it?
Got it.
Okay? But look, repeat this after me. When you act like a hot girl, they act like a pathetic and desperate guy. Guys, if you could just get that one piece from this whole weekend, you'd get everything. Act like a hot girl.
Act like a hot girl.
They act like a pathetic and desperate guy.
They act like a pathetic and desperate.
If that's all you got, you'd get it. Observe all the ways the girls, observe how as soon as you say one little thing wrong, what does the hot girl do?
Leave.
Walks off. That creates a tension where you're always chasing. Flip that back around. Flip it back around. Did you guys see me talking to girls and then I go and I leave over and over? Why do I keep leaving? To show that my presence is not guaranteed. My presence is a gift, y'all. My present is a present. So they know it's not guaranteed. Look, watches, they are masters. Look up watch and look up art. Say watches and art. They take silly little things and they turn it into scarcity. Like, go to the best place to learn frame probably in the whole world is the Guggenheim. Say the Guggenheim. Go to the Guggenheim in New York. Holy shit. You will see a painting with like a streak, 100 million. That's frame, bitch. Like, you're just like, the essence of pain. 100 million. Okay? And people buy it. That's frame. That's positioning. Okay? So become a master of positioning. So banter is shit testing. It is also the what dynamic? Okay, it's also, watch this, state stability. Say that.
State stability.
So they do little shit to piss you off, right? If it fucks with you, what happens? Do they ever stop fucking with you?
No.
No, they don't. Ever have a girlfriend and you're like, man, she's nice to everybody else, but she's fucking crazy to me. She fucks with you to no end. It's all mating, okay? Let me tell you something. My ex-girlfriend CJ, who I love to death, CJ was like a best friend to me, but we were in a relationship. And you know what I kind of always craved from her? I always craved to really be her friend. Her and I became really good friends. You want to know when? After we stopped having sex. If you have a girl who you really want a friendship with, and you crave her friendship, a genuine connection, break up, don't talk for a couple years so you can both get over it, and you can have an incredible friendship after that with that girl. But you know your girlfriend's not your friend, right? You're mating. If me and Luke are hanging out, I'm not like, what's that, Luke? Oh my God. Okay? I'm not continually, perpetually fucking with him. That's not a friendship, okay? So as a man, you have to be okay that your employees are not your friends. Your girlfriend is not your friends. By the way, you know I love all you guys, right? How much do I love you guys? How hard am I working here for you guys?
Very hard.
Am I working hard? Like some of the things I dug in with you guys yesterday, I don't have to do that, right? So how much do I love you guys? 10 out of 10. But I know, I don't want to fuck the vibe up. I'm not your friend. You didn't ask me to be your friend. You're not looking for me to be your friend. What do you want from me? Insight, coaching, leadership, direction, help. Cold, right? You know, right? So, but you see what I'm getting at here? You don't want me. If I'm your friend, do I talk like this?
No.
Am I sitting here fucking sweating, screaming, yelling, voice burned down, passionate? Is this how your friends talk to you?
No.
So what do you want from me? Help, direction, leadership, frame, expertise. So if I come here as a friend, look, I'm not even thinking about myself. I'm in the most unselfish state I could be in right now. If I pause and I start thinking about all the weird things happening in my life right now, you guys would just be like, holy shit. Like, you'd be like, are you okay? I'm even as I'm like, oh, man, my life's kind of fucked up. Right? It's fucking my frame, you know? Right? But when I come here for you, am I allowed to make it about me, or does it have to be strength?
Strength.
Be honest.
Strength.
Do I come here crying to you?
No.
How bad does my voice hurt after weeks of speaking?
A lot.
I did free tour last week. But you think this feels good? But do I feel it? I don't feel it because I'm focused on you guys. I'm not focused on myself right now. So part of being a leader, being an alpha male, is you don't go to your girl for reassurance. That sounds, what's weird is they keep telling you, they're like, oh, that's bad. Like, don't do that toxic. Like, she's here to help you. It's like, bro, don't mislead, you're fucking these guys up, man. Like, come on, dude, don't tell, that's not cool. Okay, don't tell guys, oh, use your girlfriend as an emotional tampon. Use your sexual partner as an emotional tampon. That's gonna ruin a guy. That'll ruin you. Instead, look, does saying that your girlfriend is not your emotional tampon, does that have to be bad?
No.
Why can't we have another narrative where that's positive? Okay, how about this? If I say that if you get out-framed when you're out with your chick, she may leave with a guy, why does that have to be bad? Why does that have to be bad? Let me show you why that should never happen, okay? Let me show you why. But let me show you some subtle dynamics. Do you want to know why? Okay, watch these subtle dynamics. These are hyper subtle. Do you want to know why a guy actually can keep his girlfriend fairly easily if he just doesn't act like an idiot? Because his girlfriend is bolstering his frame and his winner effect. How is your girlfriend bolstering your frame and your winner effect? It should be fairly easy to sustain frame on a girl that is having sex with you. Think about this. How's it happening?
It's by keeping it sharp.
Loud, man. Come on.
It's by keeping it sharp. It's by keeping you sharp.
That, but she's also, while she may be shit testing, what else is she doing every day?
Validation.
She's putting your dick in her mouth. I'm not into anal, but for a lot of guys, she's putting your dick in her ass. She took it in the ass for you. And you couldn't be confident? What more do you need, bro? She let you pump a load in her. You're like, I'm not confident. Now, by the way, you know a common dynamic? This should alert you to this. Commonly, a girl will chase a guy for like 2 years, right? And the guy who previously really wanted her gets cocky. And ironically, because his frame is being bolstered by the girl, he's a bit distant. The fact that he's distant makes her chase. Later, say the word rug pull. She'll do a rug pull. What do guys who got chased by a girl for 2 years often do? What a girl rug pulls them and leaves?
Chase her. They chase back.
His winner effect collapses. His frame collapses because what happened to his frame over the 2 years?
Got weak.
Why'd it get weak?
Became reliant.
If you previously did cardio every day, and I do the work for you every day, what happens to your cardio?
It goes to shit.
If you previously maintained frame on your own, and then a woman is like, you're the best, you're amazing, fucking me in the ass, let me suck your dick, I love you, I worship you, I massage you, I cook for you. Eventually, what does your frame attach onto?
Her.
What happens if she rug pulls you? That's why a lot of guys get crushed. You ever have a girlfriend rug pull you and you're crushed after? That's actually what happened. Plus, if she infected you with LVE, like low vibration energy, you have low vibration energy and she rug pulls you, you're a mess for 2-3 years. 2 to 3 years, you don't even know who you are anymore. What's that? Yeah, BPs are masters of it. Narcissists are masters of it. Yep.
So are you almost like kind of have to be report breaking during the relationship?
I mean, all that I'm saying is if you look at the most smoking hot girls, take note of this and your RAS will see it. Go look at alphas that you see out with gorgeous women, and the hilarious part is they're usually arguing. The girl's like, meh, 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 and the dude's like, yeah, right. And the girl's like, meh, 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 right? And the dude's like, cool, stop it. She's like, oh my God. She's like, stop. She's like, ah! And you'll see this happening. That's why I tell guys, provoke funny arguments. Dress is a little too blue. What? Little too blue? Say the word of funny argument. Funny argument. So banter, so look, banter is a funny argument. Banter is this. Watch this. Say the word free association. Free association. Okay, so she throws some shit at you that's funny, and you aikido it. Say aikido it. Aikido it. You aikido it. Flip it around, and you say something funnier back to her. Say something funnier. Say something funnier. Back to her. Back to her. Now, if your frame is weak and she teases you, what happens to your winner effect? Down, and then can you laterally think of something funnier? No. But if your winner effect is strong, she hits you something funny, and you hit her something funny back. So when I'm frame controlling you and going on you, it would probably be pretty hard to hit me with something funnier back, right? Because I'm frame controlling you. That's actually game, what you're seeing there. That's game.
So
okay?
When you do something nonverbal, is that a lot harder to respond to than something?
It's just like I'm just really, really good on frame. Like I just know how to. I'm like a tank. I go in there. I use facial expressions, voice, movement of energy, wit, banter, funny lines, and it's just I'm like Bruce Lee. Like you know Bruce Lee just like that. I just have frame. Like I'm just like. Just, what you see me doing last night? Like that. Like I'm on all go mode. All gas, no brakes. Say that. All gas, yeah. No brakes. In other words, I'm not counterpunching. Say not counterpunching. Not counterpunching. Always proactive. Always proactive. Never reactive. Never reactive. Okay, in basketball, the team that starts to dominate the other team, they are in proactivity and they are asserting themselves. The team that starts and so they start hitting half-court shots because their winner effect opened up, so their brain sharpens. The team in reaction begins to defend. They shut down, and then they miss every shot. They'll be under the net, and they'll miss a layup. They're like, oh, because their brain's off. Yeah. It's the same feelings when you talk to a girl that you think is too hot for you. Why do you have to think looks and money don't matter to be able to be successful? If you think looks and money matter, and you go to a girl who's too hot for you, what's going to happen? Shut down. You shut down. You have to believe looks and money don't matter. You can never acknowledge another man above yourself. Ever. Never, ever, 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 never, ever, 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 never, ever, ever, never. Never, never, ever. You're in the fucking Chipotle, you're the man. You're in Nikki Beach, you're the man. You're in Fontainebleau, you're the man. You're in the Uber, you're the man. You're always the man. 24/7 till the death, till the wheels fall off. You're dying like, I'm the man, okay? Like Trump will be. When Trump dies, like, I'm the man, okay? Like, never not the man. Always in attack formation, okay? You know, there's like say you're gonna I don't know, box, right? There's like a pose, like a way you'd be. Yep. That's mentally your pose. Always the man, always the shit. Strengthen, 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 strengthen. Why? Why are you the man? No reason at all. Say it. No reason at all. Always the man. Say it. Always the man. Always the man. It's just looping, okay? It's just pure presence. You're not even saying I'm the man. You're just present. Say it's not a belief. It's a knowing. It's not a belief. It's a knowing. Bam. Just go bam. I'm that guy. I don't believe it. I feel it. I know it. Okay? This is what Timothy S. Grover's talking about. Okay? What do you call it? Cleaner, closer is cooler, cleaner, closer, whatever, right? Like the true cleaner just knows he's the fucking shit. He knows it. This is the inner game, okay? We used to call it the inner game of tennis. He's just that fucking guy. You just know that you're that fucking guy. Everywhere you go. You can be fat. You can be bold. gray beard, autistic, ginger, high voice, wheelchair. I'm the man. Not a belief, but what? Knowing. Okay?
There's a quote from the Marty Supreme ping pong movie.
Yep. I love that movie.
And the girl says, "What if you're not as awesome as you think you are?" Or something like that.
Yep.
And he says, "The thought doesn't even enter my mind."
You're not even doing positive self-dialogue. There is no dialogue. That's what I was training you on yesterday. Okay? This is why guys have to go out and socialize. This is why you have to do public speaking. Well, look, battle rapping, what's happening with battle rapping?
Frame control.
We're frame battling, right? You know, Eminem gives a good verse, and the guy, he shuts down. When he gives a good verse, they go, oh! You know breakdancing battles? It's because they're free associating. They're just boom, boom, boom. You know, they're in their own flow, and their winner effects on, they're being creative. And then when does the crowd cheer in a freestyle rap battle or in a breakdancing battle? When do they cheer?
When the person lets go.
Say it louder.
When they let go.
Say that word, guys. When they what?
Go.
Everyone feels the clouds part, and everyone goes, yeah! That's you going out. What do you do good when you go out? When you let go. Basketball, when you do good, you let go. You just go, you're in the flow of it. Right? You remember I talked yesterday about how we would fight a short-faced bear? What's the psychology to win against a short-faced bear? We're gonna kill the fucking bear. Okay, you remember the movie The Edge? Anthony Hopkins, right? And Alec Baldwin's like, oh, we're not gonna do it. He goes, Bob, what one man can do, another can do. Say it with me, Bob. He's like, what one man can do, another can do. He's like, we're gonna kill the fucking bear. We're gonna kill the fucking bear. Like, that's go mode. That's your gear, 24/7 till death, because you're a guy. There's no low self-esteem. Low self-esteem is death, dude. You're not allowed to have that. Okay, look. Here's the actual full level. Groupthink, low caloric exertion. Seeing the world through your own eyes and deciding you're the man, higher caloric exertion. The only humility that you can have is if, while knowing that you're the man, you can still also enter another person's frame to get more mentorship, which actually is even harder to do. Because why is it easy to learn from someone in frame when you're not able to think for yourself? Why?
Because you're used to falling into other.
Tell me what you think. Right? Why is it harder to think for yourself?
Takes energy.
Takes energy. But when you're learning from somebody else, but you're not being brainwashed by them, that means that you're looking at what they're saying and actually thinking about it. You guys see that? So if I'm in a Tony Robbins seminar, I am burning more energy watching Tony and actually thinking about what he's saying rather than just going, yes, Tony, yes. Okay? So it takes even more energy, not just to be in my own narcissistic bubble, but to learn. That's the epitome. That's why I'm always learning from the best. And I go to the best of the best, and the people with real commitment that don't care about money as much, they might care about money somewhat, but the best people that love the craft people, not these fucking cheesy fucking gurus, okay? So, okay, I can't stand it. So, okay. Now, banter is free association. Winner effect is on. You can banter. You can think of funnier lines than her. Passing a shit test, you hold your reality on what dynamic? What dynamic?
Buyer seller.
The buyer seller dynamic. But also, you can hold your state stable. How much am I anchoring the state of this room?
100%. A lot. 100%.
That's the craft. My state has to be so good that I anchor the room. Yep.
If you're trying to get a girl and she does a shit test and you fail, is it over forever? Is it irrecoverable?
I'll tell you this. It's faster to take a turn 45 degrees to the left and talk to somebody else. Okay? These guys get obsessed with one girl. What's the lesson? Maybe just go meet a new girl. Okay? If I take my white shirt and put muddle over it, you might just go to Walmart and get a new shirt at that point. You can try to fix it, but you know, you're swimming upstream. Okay? I'll tell you when you get them back is when you go get a bunch of other girls and then you're winning at life and you don't give a shit and then they come back, right? Do you want to know why it's almost impossible to get your wife back? Because guys that are in abundance, guys who are in abundance, okay, she was your wife, right? But a guy who's in abundance and doesn't need her for anything comes back and attracts her. You need her for all this money and you're trying to get her back. And you're hurt by her and you want her back to justify the ceremony and your investment. It's almost impossible to get them back. You're at too much of a disadvantage because of your investment. Your investment puts you at a disadvantage. Okay? You'll find, look, I've had it where even males, like male business partners that I work with, I was so invested in them that famous celebrities are coming and jockeying me for attention. But the guy that I've helped become a millionaire treats me like shit. All too common. All too common. Okay? So life is about constantly setting frames, and life is about this. Setting frames. Not being in someone else's frame. Still being able to learn from the best. Emotional self-regulation. Master of state control. Not needing environment. Or validation. To control state. Okay? Free association. Unleashing genius. Always finding solutions. Always knowing you're the shit. And being in abundance. Buyer-seller dynamic. You are the buyer. They are always a seller. Anyone who puts you as a seller. Disregard. Not in your reality. They don't exist. Okay? One of the great dating teachers, she says, I only like people who like me. Say that after me. I only like people who like me. That's Goldie says that, okay? I only like people who like me. In other words, you don't fit in my frame? See ya. Because he knows that if they're not in frame, it's useless, okay? So what I'm showing you here, I showed you Benny Hinn. I got you laughing. Let's review some of what we covered, okay? I showed you Benny Hinn. I got you laughing. I showed you how to control a room. I got you laughing. I exerted frame on you. That is the mastery of why I am so good with social skills, dating, and attraction. This is why I am so freaking skilled. These were the things I worked on. I didn't punch myself in the face. Maybe should have, maybe would have benefited from it, okay? Didn't punch myself in the face. Didn't go get washboard abs. Didn't rely on money in any way, shape, or form. It doesn't come up when I'm out. The closest I'd ever had to when that comes out is sometimes I'll say to a girl, I'll go. But as a joke, I'll go, I love you, baby. I'm like, I'll take such good care of you. I'm like, you'll never work again. But I do that as like a romantic role play. That's the closest I'd ever get. But I'd do that if I was broke, by the way. So point being is when you have down these core skills, not only are you literally always the best with attraction. I mean, you are unstoppable, okay? Like, metaphorically, like you are unstoppable. But in terms of sales, which is what we're about to go into, my God, I've made money. Can you see why? I live a fun life, man. I live a fun life because I didn't sit around being frame controlled into working in a factory, okay? So I figured shit out for myself. I just used my fucking brain. I used my brain. Now, I'm trying to encourage you guys here to use your brain. Yeah, what is it?
How do we frame control our clients?
Well, you know what? Can I tell you something? I was just getting to that. Okay? But I'll tell you something, actually. He does massage work, right? I have a bad injury. He was helping me with my injury. He's actually very good at transmitting energy. You're actually amazing at it. My leg's doing a lot better, by the way. So literally, he's very good at it. Actually, he actually knows how to frame control his clients. When he says, how do I frame control my clients? It sounds skittish, like bad on the surface. He's probably the nicest guy you've ever met in your fucking life. He actually just wants to help his clients more. I guarantee you he does. Here, come up here. Come up here for a sec. Like, what? Look at how nice this guy is, right? And that's what I'm trying to get here. Come up here. Like, why do you want to learn to frame control your clients? Is it because to like bilk them dry or to help them?
Well, I'm trying to figure out, yeah, like I want to learn hypnotism because then maybe I can just like hypnotism next level healing, you know, to like really get them to go next level. But I'm already doing it, just like you said.
He is.
I'm already doing it, so I'm learning. But how do I, you know?
He's a real healer, by the way. Can you guys tell by looking at him that he has the profile and characteristics of a healer?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he fixed his neck last time, right? He wants to learn frame control to do a better job. Am I frame controlling you right now?
Yes.
Is this a better speech or a worse speech by me doing that?
Better. Right.
So, frame just depends what you're using it for, right? Like, a leader is meant to be somebody who's helping the world and leading. I'm just showing you how to lead. It's only a win-lose person who's a shithead who uses that for bad. But what I found is people who watch my stuff are genuinely very nice people. You're a super nice guy. You're a super nice guy. You're a super nice guy. Like, we all want to get paid, great. But in my experience, are you someone where you want to add 100 times more than anything you receive?
As much as I can.
Yeah, how about you? Are you like that too?
Yeah.
Okay, I've made money in my life. How much money have I made for other people?
Way more than you made yourself.
Way more. So, okay, how about when I date a girl? By the way, when I date a girl, what do you think I want to do with her? I mean, Luke, you've known some of my exes. Like, we go hiking in, where'd we go hiking? Like, Shenandoah. Like, all I want to do is meet a girl so I can take her to Hawaii and buy her an acai bowl and pamper her. Like, I'm not trying to do anything crazy here. I want to give her great sex where she comes buckets. I want to make her laugh like what I did to you. I want to make her laugh. I want to make her laugh till she cries. I want to take her on vacations. I want to spoil her, and I want to be the fucking man for who? I don't need to be the man, by the way. Who do I want to be the man for? Can I tell you something? Do you guys enjoy the seminar more because I'm coming up here as the fucking man? Does it make it more fun?
Yeah. Yes.
So let me ask a question. Do I need to have these illusions of grandeur for me to deliver the seminar? No. Do I need to go dance all night to enjoy sex the way a girl does? A girl needs to dance or do things like dance to get rid of her slut shaming in her own brain, right? Do I need to do that? No. Do I need to pedestalize a girl like a god to want to have a fun night with her?
No.
Why does a girl need to pedestalize a guy though? Because you can reproduce with thousands of girls theoretically. They can reproduce like 2 guys. 5 at the most. 20 is like some crazy stuff. Occasionally some girl from like 90 is like, I have 20 children, right? Some freak case. Most girls have 2 kids, 1 kid. What's the average number of kids in this country? It's crazy low. A girl needs to know that you're the fucking man. She needs to know you're the man. She needs to know. But how can she believe you're the man if you don't believe you're the fucking man? She needs it from you. She needs you to lead. And how can you lead her if you can't lead yourself? You're looking for her to tell you you're the man. That's fucked. I can't come up here saying, tell me to be confident. That's fucked. That's not fair to you. So it's not bad that a girl needs you to have control of frame. The girl doesn't even need you to have money. She doesn't even need you not to be fat. You can be short, bald. She just wants you to believe in yourself. Is that bad?
No.
She'll suck your dick. She might even tell you to fuck her in her ass and love it if you just believe in yourself. But you're mad. They're disloyal. These hoes be disloyal. Really? Really? Because I'm not letting anyone fuck me in the ass. I don't care how much they believe themselves. Okay? It's not how I roll. I like many flavors, but not that flavor. Not for me. Okay? Exit only. So, they're literally going to let you do that and tell you to. And all they're asking is for you to believe in yourself. But I got a couple gay friends in here. For you guys, it makes sense. But not for me. So, I got many gay friends. But what I'm saying is, as a straight man, I'm not letting that girl get the strap on. Okay? She gets out the strap on. I've heard about the prostate orgasm. I've heard it's great. But I gotta be honest. I'm not ready. I'm worried I might like it too much. And then what? I'm just clowning around. This is called free association. Anyway, so look, I think this is funny. Do you see what I do just randomly like that though? I just go into random spiels. My brain does this all day. So, strap-ons. Why? I don't know. Free association.
Something you do for you kind of already answered it, like the insecurities and uncertainty in yourself that pulls you down from that state on fucking man.
Yeah, it's like, bro, the girl, we're always calling women disloyal. They'll sleep with a promoter under a bridge if he just thinks he's the man. Are they disloyal to you, or are you disloyal to yourself? You can go broke, she might leave you, but she won't leave you if you keep being confident while broke. When does she leave you when you're broke? When you lose confidence. I've had women leave me when broke, but it's because I lost confidence, okay? These girls were super loyal until I lost my confidence. Yep.
Is it immoral if they cheat, break up families and divorce?
What's that?
Is it immoral if they break up families and divorce and cheat?
Bro, is it immoral if I leave a bunch of sugar on the fucking grass and an ant eats it? You're the man. It's on you to, look, if I'm leading a seminar and I leave a bunch of cash up front, and I just leave a pile of $1 million cash, and I keep leaving the fucking room, and someone takes it, is it immoral? Sure, you shouldn't take it, but at the end of the day, who did that? If I just take my watch and I just fucking leave it here, and I leave a $100,000 watch here, and I just keep leaving the fucking room, should you take it? No. But who's the retard? At what point is it on me? If I give the watch to a homeless guy on the street and tell him to hold on to it for me, and he takes it, is it immoral? It is. But who's the retard? Okay? If I go on a fucking bike trip through Somalia, and they take me and skin me alive and eat me, should they do that? No. Who's the retard? And I got a lot of Somalian friends. I hang out in Minnesota time to time, but I'm not going to I might go to little Somalia, but I ain't going to big Somalia, okay? I aspire to go there someday, and I hope we get to that place. But bro, I don't go to I don't walk up to a fucking bear and start fucking pissing in its face, and the bear ate me, and I pissed in his face. Come on, man. Can you just not be a bitch? She's not asking you to be tall. You're allowed to be bald. You're allowed to have a gray beard like Santa. You're allowed to be fat. You're allowed to be in a wheelchair. You're allowed to have a piss bottle. You're allowed to have a high-pitched voice. You're allowed to be broke. You're allowed to live on a couch. She'll give you all that. You want her to be hot. She doesn't even want you to be hot. Can you just be confident? They're so disloyal. These hoes don't be loyal. Shut the fuck up, dude. You need 100 things. They need one. Just belief, so that they can believe in you. If I come up here and then I don't believe in myself, and then you get bored, if I don't entertain you, teach you, add value, do my best for you, and you get annoyed, and then you start getting annoyed here, are you a bad person? I don't know, maybe. You're mean to me. It's my job to not incentivize you to be mean to me, right? But guys really struggle. They're like, oh, these girls are mean. Shut the fuck up. You're a bitch. It's better for you not to have a girl right now, so you fix yourself. It's better that bitch shit isn't rewarded. Okay, ask your question.
Okay, I think I asked. But so, will you say that to lead, let's say I'm selling a table.
How much belief does he look like he has right now? Okay, watch. Let me show you. Okay. So, how do I frame and control? I have a table. Okay, then you wonder why you get cheated on. Okay? You wonder why she just compulsively sucks another man's dick. Okay? So, again.
All right, let's say I have a table that has crystals. How would I...
Take control, bro.
I'm a fucking machine, dude. This is all day, baby. Stay ready. Stay ready.
Like, how would I believe in myself about a product I'm selling that's just a luxury product?
Change these to me. I'll show you something, okay? Change these. Watch this. Sit. Now, again, everyone will keep saying, well, yeah, Owen can do this to him because he's running the seminar. For people who don't know me, what did I do last night? I do all the same shit, no? Yeah. I'm probably more fucking unhinged when I'm out, right? Right. I'm actually significantly more. Okay, so... Okay, Owen, watch this, okay? Look at my face, look up close, okay? Zoom in, zoom in, zoom in. Owen, first thing I want to tell you, this is a fantastic fucking seminar. I've learned a lot. Thank you, bro. Now look, even as I'm saying it's a fantastic seminar, who's controlling the frame? You. Okay? You're a great fucking teacher. I see all the effort that you put in, and I love you, bro. Now, what was your question? What was the question he asked again? Something about a table, crystal?
Believe in himself.
How to sell a product.
Okay, so now Owen, what would take this next? Watch this. I'm frame controlling. Even as the beta, I'm not the beta. Watch. What would take this to the next level for me would be if you would be open to sharing how I sometimes have a table that has a crystal on it, and that's something that could actually increase my revenue. You know, help me to get my revenue up so I can actually add more value to the fucking world. And if you could show me some strategies on how to do that, I would be forever grateful, brother. Okay, would we be able to do that?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, do you guys see all the subtleties in the communication? That is how you attract. It's the same thing. That's attraction, same thing. Guys, I can't teach this forever. I actually want to do general self-help. So I'm really trying to unload this to you. Just get this now while you have it, because no one else understands this shit. So please just get it now, okay? I'm not gonna be teaching even small tradings that much longer. So please, for the love of God, pick this shit up while you have it, okay? It should make you a lot of cash. So basically, why I'm so good at sales and attraction is I understand the behavior, okay? So even when I'm the beta, I'm not the beta, right? Watch this, okay, watch this. So say he's the guru, okay? I want to ask a question. Let me show you how you guys ask the question. Let me show you how I'd ask the question. The way most guys ask the question is how I see it from the front. First of all, their voice is too quiet. Then they shoot it only at me, and they look at me. So they go, here, move over, Sully. So they're like, I have a question. Okay, so, I don't even look at you guys. And you guys can't even hear me. And then I go, so I want to be alpha, so a girl will like me. So tell me the secret of how to be alpha. Now here's the difference, okay? So the first thing is the guy who's the leader is always making sure that everyone in the group can hear. So the alpha wolf, is that the wolf at the front of the pack? No, it's the wolf at the back, making sure even the injured wolves are taken care of. So if your voice is not resonant to the entire group, that shows your beta. And I hate words like alpha and beta, by the way. I know they're tacky and cringe, but I got to use something here. I can't be like the compassionate leader who cared. Like, it's called fucking alpha. Okay, just shut the fuck up. So, okay, because people always throw that at me. They're like, alpha, it's not even real. I'm like, yeah, I get it, dude. I'm not stupid. So, okay, so the first thing that you do if you're alpha is you'd stand up. You would first stand up. Then you'd look at, what you would do is you would look at me about 33-ish% of the time. So if I'm answering your question, I look at you about a third of the time, but as I look at you, I move my head and pivot my head like this, and then I move my head, and then I go back on you, then I move my head like this, and then, but as I'm talking, I'm kind of shooting at you. You see that? You see? So I'm talking here at him. You see that? I'm talking at him, but you guys can hear. And then I go back on him. Then maybe I go, now watch the social pressure I'm putting on him. I'm grounded, and I'm looking at him, and I'm in my frame. Then I go back here. Now, can you feel the energy I'm applying on you if I come up on you like this, and do you feel presence? Yep. Okay? So do you guys see how I'm running the group, and there's an energy as I'm coming up to you, okay? Can you feel that energy? That is what a woman is feeling from a high-level guy. When Drake walks in, they're feeling some approximation of that. He gets that, he's in front of the big crowd, but you can self-spin it up at Nikki Beach. You can spin it up. So you're always doing this. You're just practicing it like a hobby. It's just a hobby. It's like learning violin, like learning piano. It's just a hobby. Guys, this should be taught in grade school. This should be taught this should be common knowledge. You should not have to come here to learn this. This is your fucking birthright. You've got to get a conscious understanding and later an unconscious competence with this, okay? The money, the attraction is where it comes from, okay? So if I go to him, I don't look at him and have you guys not here, and then I quietly go to him and, glaze me, okay? I calmly say, this has been awesome, calmly, but you can convey a lot calmly. Say the word burning brush fire. Leads to white hot searing coal. So as you're kind of having fun, your energy kind of like, you might be like joking, laughing, screaming crazy. It's like throwing logs on a fire, and eventually it goes shh and condenses into a coal. And so now the coal I want to know about the crystal table. Tell me about the crystal table, my friend. Share with me the table and how I can acquire the crystal table. Would you be open-minded to that? Would you be open-minded to the crystal table?
Yeah.
Do you promise me? Do you promise me that we can share a table? A crystal table.
Yeah.
So do you guys see how I can do that even quiet? You could do it quiet, you could do it loud. Bang, 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 bang. There's so many ways you could do it, right? You guys see that? Stupid shit. Okay? It's stupid shit. Okay? So these are things that just gradually become ingrained from going out. Okay, have a seat for me. Okay, we'll get your table. Okay, we got you. Okay, so I don't even know. So, yeah. So, yep.
So I was gonna.
I mean, his question is how to sell a crystal table. Do all the shit you learned this weekend. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so what Owen just showed you there about how he walks around.
Here, grab this.
How you're supposed to address the crowd.
Yeah, that was a good catch, dude. I threw too hard. He was like.
And you're just supposed to gauge and be present, right? I was similar to you at the free tour in New York last year in November, I think. This is what I'm at now. Everything that Owen's showing you today will literally seep into your subconscious and it'll become natural. I've had a few of you say I'm a good communicator. I was not when I first went to the first free tour.
He's actually getting better at even today than yesterday.
I feel like it too. So I just wanted to say, just like keep an open mind. This will literally change your life.
Yeah, and he knows that because he actually studies this stuff. So he's understanding the layers of this, okay? Okay, so now let me show you, let me kind of put some shit together here for you, okay? And then we're going into exercise and we're gonna learn more. So the reason this is so potent is you need to understand something, okay? Say the word, and this is metaphorical, not literal, say asymmetric warfare.
Asymmetric warfare.
Okay, so think back to when Britain was fighting the US in the American Revolutionary War. Britain is in an old school type of warfare where they show up with red jackets that literally are the most easy targets you can think of. And how does Britain win? How do they shoot at each other in a war back then?
Take turns.
Yo, like it's pretty hilarious, dude. How they do it? They go in a straight line like this, and then they just go like that. And then basically, like if there's 10,000 British people and 5,000 Americans, they just shoot each other, and then there's 5,000 British people left, and it's just a war of attrition. They win. So did George Washington go, well, let's play by their rules?
Nope.
No, he didn't, okay? So he didn't go, let's play by their rules. He didn't play by their conventions, okay? So their size constricts them to convention. Say that. Their size constricts them to convention. Okay? So basically, I remember when I met Howard Schultz from Starbucks, and he talked to me for several hours about how they went from like, it was called like a venti to a machado or something, whatever the fuck he said, okay? But it was like a 3-hour speech about how they change a cup size. When you're that big, it is a 3-hour speech to change a cup size. That's a big deal. How quickly can a small, scrappy company change a cup size?
Like that.
Done. No 3-hour speech needed. Okay? It's like a little boat that can turn quick versus a big yacht that takes a whole thing to move. So America won with what? Say asymmetric warfare.
Asymmetric warfare.
Okay, so here's what you're going to see. Companies that are very well established, try to follow this. This is very powerful. They tend to have they tend to have the following. Repeat this after me. High production, and Luke, this will be powerful for you. High production value, say that.
High production value.
So like CNN, how high is their production value? So why did the Aztecs or whatever have like giant, or the Egyptians have these giant temples? What was the purpose of it? What is the purpose of this and this, and how is that similar to a giant temple or these like elaborate costumes of royalty? What is this a modern day version of? Signaling. Why did royalty have a giant castle and a crown and a cape? A cape.
The masses.
Because the masses suck their metaphorical dicks when they have it. Okay, creates halo. So so some like native South American or in Mexico that like from the movie Apocalypto, they're like living out in the jungle. They come upon this giant temple. This guy's doing a dance. He's got feathers on and all this stuff, and they look at him like a god. So so as a hypnotist, how would you explain as a hypnotist what they're doing with the temple? This is very important. Pay attention. What are they doing with that?
So essentially what's happening is they're anchoring the value. I'm trying to understand exactly what you're saying, but I believe I think of it differently than how it's normally framed. It's symbolic authority, right? Because you place all this value on a diamond necklace or a Patek watch or a
Patek
house, right? These are all symbolic authorities, right? You're essentially giving your power to that.
Let me ask you a question. What happens when someone sees a policeman's uniform?
Oh, their brain just shuts off. They just submit to the uniform.
Say that again.
That's it. Your brain shuts off. You submit to the uniform. You submit to the symbolic authority.
Okay, so what happens when there's this big castle and all that? The big pyramid and the feathers and the cape and the crown and the dance and the whatever, right? What happens? Brain shuts off. Brain shuts off.
Brain shuts off.
Conscious brain shuts off.
Boom. It's the same with the far left and the far right. When you say a certain word, you can just trigger them. Their brain shuts off. They become demonic, where they just.
Watch this, okay? Why does the news not just broadcast the news from like a desk, like a bullshit desk with like a ring light? Why do they do that? Why do they like, hello, this is Anderson Cooper, and here's the TV graphics, and here's what are they doing?
Authority. Perceived authority.
Yeah, perceived authority. So what's it doing in the person's brain watching it if they're in groupthink?
It's real to them.
Okay, got it? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so here, pass me the mic. Okay, have a seat.
Notice this with the words Owen uses.
In order to do a sales ad, you want to establish authority rapidly, which hijacks perception. Okay? So, a hypnotist, let me ask you, okay, who here knows about how illusionism works? Okay, so have you ever seen someone just take a pen and vanish it? You ever see a magician take a pen and vanish it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, pause. How the fuck are they doing that?
They're misdirecting your attention.
Okay. Repeat this after me. 90% of magic is identity and presentation. So if I'm dressed in a way that you've never seen, okay, so I'm dressed in this like a magician. I'm a magician, right? And you've never seen somebody like that. And then I carry myself with this like magician's swagger, and I'm dressed as a magician. I am doing something called a pattern interrupt. Say pattern interrupt.
Pattern interrupt.
Okay, now the pattern interrupt, you've never seen it before, so you don't know how to categorize it, okay? Then what's happening is I'm taking authority because I'm holding myself as the magician, okay? When a woman is dressed in her bra and panties and she's dancing and she's moving, and she's got her hair blown out and she's like on you, say she was doing a lap dance with a stripper, what's she doing? She's hypnotizing your brain. right? She's fucking your brain up, right? She's got a push-up bra. She's like in you, right? You're like that, right? As a man, understand that as a man, you have your version of that. I'm actually just trying to show you the standard shit that women know, but the men's version. It's the masculine version of what a woman knows. Women are pros at all this. Women don't need this course. Women are pros. They can entrance you. The way they dress, they're dressed like a fucking magician. They're dressed like a goddamn magician. Look at how they dress.
Wizard robes and hats.
It's like all cosplay, bro. So they're masters at it, right? That's why like some dude is like getting his first lap dance, like when he, is 20 or something. He's like, oh, right? He's in a fucking trance. Why can't you do that to a woman as a guy? You gotta know what a man's version of that is. Likewise, I've got to be able to do that to you. I'm doing that to you. So the first layer of a magician is, say, pattern break, and authority. So, okay, repeat this after me. You don't believe what you see. You don't believe what you see. You see what you believe. You see what you believe. So if a magician comes to you and they're like, if a magician comes to you, right? If they just say these glasses and go like that, if they just say these glasses and go like that, you just go, what was the trick? Like, what'd you do? But if the magician comes up and he has the identity and persona and pattern interrupt and authority, you guys following all this? Yeah. Pattern interrupt, authority, identity, authority. And he tells you there's many different dimensions. There's a dimension of the manifest and a dimension of the unmanifest. And 100 years ago, there was a boat in California and it vanished and it showed up in Philadelphia because there's different dimensions. And notice how they're talking. They're not going, here's what they're not doing. There's a dimension in California and, right? They're not frame jacking, right? And then they go, and they will vanish. And go, we, with the power of the mind, we can vanish it with the power of the mind. And then we do that, right? And then if I just quickly misdirect your attention and just put it in my back pocket, but I do it quick, by diverting your attention, putting it in my pocket, your brain will believe it just disappeared. Now what's gonna happen is when because say the word RAS. RAS. We don't believe what we see. We see what we believe. So magic just basically works where you have this like identity, you break a pattern, there's a certain expectation there, and then basically what happens is then they spin up a story, they know how to spin a yarn, say spin a yarn. And then what happens, like, do I know how to spin a yarn? Yeah. You see what I'm saying, right? So they know how to spin a yarn, and then they go, it's gonna disappear, and then they just get you to look slightly, they kind of just direct your focus, put it away quickly in their own way. I don't want to spoil how it works. And then basically you look up and you go, ah! Now once the first thing disappeared, now what's happening to you? Oh. You know what that was? Do you guys remember fractionation here? You remember fractionation? Yeah. In, out. Once the first thing disappeared, now what's happening? More disappear, more disappear, more disappear. Now they can do more outrageous, fucked up shit. You think these people are being sawed in half. Your brain can't process it. You're like, this shit's crazy, dude, okay? So the first thing is authority, okay? You gotta have authority. So in sales and marketing, we don't necessarily always have, like, how does Coca-Cola get authority? Who do they use? How does Coca-Cola sell Coca-Cola if they don't, like the Aztecs have a pyramid. The Egyptians have a pyramid, a cape, a crown, a scepter. They got a scepter. Why do you have a scepter? Like a giant, what's that called? Just some random jewel-covered staff. Is that a scepter? Yeah. Okay. Like, why do you have a scepter? What's the scepter for, motherfucker? Why do you have a gown? Okay? But people love celebrities, man. They're addicted on them like crack because they're looking to be hypnotized. They're looking to be in groupthink. So they got the scepter, right? Remember, there's the mesmerized and the mesmerizers. Okay? So basically what you have is you have that, right? Like, again, Benny Hinn, let the bodies hit the floor. Oh, Jesus. Right? He's the mesmerizers, mesmerizing people, okay? Great coach does this. So what's happening is they can instill belief, full charge, let's go. So what happens is Coca-Cola has billboards everywhere, and they also have Michael Jordan. Now, did Michael Jordan win his championship drinking a Coke?
No.
I mean, maybe, I don't know. He just smokes cigars. But so you know what they even used to do? What did they used to say about Michael Jordan's shoes back in the day? They'd literally go, it's the shoes. Older Michael Jordan shoes were so bad that when he later wore them in a game at Madison Square Garden, they made his feet bleed. But they say it's the shoes. I bought Reebok Energy Returns in the 80s and Jordans and thought I could jump up higher. I thought I could jump higher. So, no, but I thought I could. I probably did jump higher because I believed it. Quick question, yep.
No, not a question. I was gonna add on to like what you.
Yell, man.
I was gonna add on to what you were saying. Like I do marketing and I work with like a lot of brands, and they understand the value of IP, that's intellectual property. So why do people care about Super Bowl ads? Why do they want to be part of the Super Bowl? If you see that brand during the Super Bowl, where there's gonna be a bunch of eyeballs, you're gonna associate that brand with, oh shit, that's positioning.
Yep.
They want to be at Coachella. Why
And yet it's still the same product.
Exactly.
But it's the authority.
But you value it.
Yep, still the same product. Now watch this, okay? So let's say, let's audit this. You don't have a crown. You don't have a scepter. You don't have a CNN desk. Right?
Right.
How do you get authority then? If the first part of sales is massive authority, how does if you're the U.S. fighting the British in War of Independence, and you don't have 10,000 troops, and they do, what kind of warfare do you apply? Guerrilla warfare, asymmetric warfare. So in other words, a guy like Alex Jones, when he goes, here's what Alex Jones does not have versus CNN. CNN has production value. So production value generates authority. That's why they can propagandize you. They are the voice of the establishment. They can propagandize you, right? Because they have authority. So repeat this after me. They have high production value, which that's like a temple. That's like a scepter. That's like a crown. Okay? It's production value beyond which the average person could get. It starts hijacking the RAS. Say hijacks the RAS. Say that.
Hijack the RAS.
They also have forced distribution. Say that.
Forced distribution.
In other words, they can buy radio play. They can put it in an elevator. They can put it in a taxi. So now they have forced distribution. Okay? They can even fill a room with fake fans. Like Justin Timberlake. Look, how do you make Justin Timberlake famous? You can force him on the radio. You can buy, so say this, force him on the radio.
Force him on the radio.
Produce an expensive video.
Produce an expensive video.
You can pay people to come give them social proof. You can actually do that. Like with enough money, you can put the bodies in the room and it creates the authority jacking. Say authority jacking.
Authority jacking.
So to be great in sales and to be great even as a frame leader, you have to be able to hijack authority rapidly, okay? Say authority jacking.
Authority jacking.
So Jones doesn't have forced distribution. So now, when Chris Cuomo and Don Lemon got kicked off CNN, did anyone actually want to follow them?
No.
You ever notice that? How come they don't have all these dope, loyal followers as soon as they're off CNN? Because they pick talentless hacks, non-talented hacks that are puppets, Okay, they've got some talent, but they're totally disconnected from reality. So what happens is they pick a talentless hack and they force them down your throat. They want someone compliant, okay? Now, does CNN need to go viral? No, because they have what? Force what?
Distribution. Force.
They have production value. Say production value.
Production value.
Force distribution.
Force distribution.
And a simulated audience.
And a simulated audience.
Yep.
Can you give another example of high production value and force?
Well, it's like a big castle. The average person can't afford that, so they go, oh, right? If you have like a amazing lighting, an amazing desk, and all these like little screens and graphics, the average person now they go, oh. Now more people have social media. It's not as dominant. That's why the mainstream media is dying in part, right? Yep. Loud man, loud and quick, bro.
I'll give an example. Like, why do all influencers move to Miami? Just living in Miami, that's forced production value. Like you're just walking through Brickell.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. They also do it because they can work remotely and they less taxes, but you're right. Now watch this, okay? So if Jones doesn't have forced distribution, what can he do asymmetrically to get distribution?
What is force?
Charisma.
Well, CNN just gets given views. YouTube will give them views. They get put on TVs. They get put in an elevator. They get put in the back of a taxi. It's forced down your throat. Britney Spears is forced down your throat. If Britney was just on YouTube as an independent creator, whoops, I did it again, wouldn't have been as big. So Jones goes, they make the freaking frogs gay. Make the freaking frogs gay. Now, it is true that atrazine causes frogs to become hermaphrodites. But if Jones goes like this, watch this. If Jones goes, there's a chemical which can cause disfiguring in a frog. Does that go viral?
Nope. No.
How would Chris Cuomo had given that information?
Like that.
Would he dress like a frog and would he go, "Frick the frogs gay"? Would he do that? Why doesn't Cuomo do that?
He doesn't need to.
He has forced distribution. He has authority. He has virality. Say the word, he's playing to not lose.
He's playing to not lose.
So so if Jones goes, they make the freaking frogs gay. If he does that, what does that do to the video?
Makes it viral.
It goes viral. It generates distribution. So asymmetrical warfare is Anderson Cooper's not allowed to dress up like a frog. Got it? Trump used asymmetric warfare against Hillary Clinton and against the Republican establishment. He goes, put her in jail. Low energy jab. He was willing to do things that other people wouldn't do. Okay? So what I'm showing you is how to subvert a standard establishment, because people who understand this degree of charisma and have mastery over it can rapidly upend everything. Upend it. You upend it. You upend it. Okay? You upend it. Because, you know, who do you think gets more distribution at this point? Anderson Cooper or Jones? Jones by a mile. How do you do it?
Turn the freaking frog.
Frog's gay. He'd be doing news and he'd rip his shirt off and scream. Right? He'd go on a rant. Now, how charismatic is Anderson Cooper out of 10?
2.
How charismatic is Jones out of 10, even if you don't agree with his views? I don't agree with his behavior.
10. Entertaining.
It's a trillion. That is one of the most charismatic humans on the earth. So charisma is the asymmetric warfare. Write that down. Okay? And here's the main reason why. To become a doctor, you might have to go to school for 10 years. But to become charismatic, you can learn it in a weekend. You see that? It is the ultimate leverage play. Charisma and communication is the ultimate leverage play. Who else could keep you in a room this long other than me? It's the ultimate leverage play. You get rich off of it. Banking cash. But here's the beauty of it. You bank cash with no money to invest. You don't need production value. You don't need a scepter. You don't need a fucking whatever, right? I can show more authority. I can get more authority than a man with a fucking scepter and a cape and a pyramid using my personality. I can get more attraction than a jacked, handsome guy using my personality. It's asymmetric warfare, metaphorically, not literally. It's something a broke chump can do out the gate and crush. You need to understand this, okay? Most things in life you can't do. Do you guys actually understand? You can't do most things in life. There's repeat this word after me, gatekeepers.
Gatekeepers.
Too many gatekeepers. You want to become a doctor, 10 years at Harvard. You want to build a new headache cure, FDA, you can't get in CVS, you can't get in Walgreens, the pipes are clogged. This is not the 1700s where you just made a product, go to the town square and sell it. All the lanes are closed. How many of you guys here are completely willing to put in the work, completely willing to put in whatever work necessary to build a business? You'd work your ass off day and night, but you just don't even have a lane to do it.
Like the bank.
Because everything is clogged. It's all clogged. Okay, I've got an idea for a headache cure. It's been done. I want to build a fridge. Can you just build a fridge? No. Why not? Why not? Because there's huge factories in China that build fridges with slave labor and machinery. You can't afford that. You can't compete. It's called a moat. Say the word moat.
It's a moat.
The moats are too big. They're too big. So if right now you wanted to build a fridge from scratch, here's the formula. Watch this, okay? Pay attention. Reap the millions. Say that with me. Pay attention.
Pay attention.
Reap the millions.
Reap the millions.
First is you make a purple cow. Write that down. You make a purple motherfucking cow. Just like Jones, you made a purple fucking cow. A purple cow. So Seth, write down Seth Godin, purple cow. Write it the fuck down. Seth Godin, purple fucking cow. Okay? Do I lean into my weirdness or hide from my weirdness?
Lean in.
If I go, so you make a purple cow. It doesn't work. Okay, make a purple fucking cow. Make a purple fucking cow. A purple cow. How much more interesting is it to hear me go, purple cow? You make a purple cow. It's a purple. Okay?
It's also more fun for you too.
It's fun for me.
Speak like that.
Here's the thing. Who do you think knows more about money? A CEO, corporate executive, or me? A CEO managing $1 billion company or me? Me. Because that guy, if he's kicked out of his fucking company, is fucked. I'm the guy where you can leave me in the middle of the wilderness and I'll make money again. I can lose it, make it, lose it, make it, lose it, make it, lose it, make it. Like how I can lose a girl, get a new girlfriend. Because I know how to make it. I know how to generate what quickly? Attraction with girls. What can I generate quickly?
Attention.
Eyeballs.
Eyeballs.
Butts in seats. Say eyeballs.
Eyeballs.
Butts in seats.
Butts in
Qualified lead lists.
Qualified lead lists.
Asymmetric. Okay? Generate fast, 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 fast. I can move fast, quick, competent, quick, skilled. Yep.
Okay, so this is mainly oriented to B2C basically. Do you think this could also be applied to to clients? But could you apply this to business directly?
Here's the bottom line. At the end of the day, the pipes are clogged. They already have skilled service providers who have decades of optimization ahead of you. Okay? So the point is, if you want, look, my buddy Nate, you guys know Nate the promoter? He made a thing called Dominate Detergent. He made a purple cow by emphasizing it around how other detergents lower your testosterone. He made it a detergent for men who want to get up their testosterone. That's a purple cow. He also is very good at communicating. So he can rapidly generate a list on social media with his communication and his purple cow. So here's the formula. Repeat this after me. Purple cow.
Purple cow.
Charismatic communication.
Charismatic communication.
Generates a qualified lead list.
Generates a qualified lead list.
OG gangster.
OG gangster.
Old school.
Old school.
Gritty.
Gritty.
Dan Kennedy-esque.
Dan Kennedy-esque.
Sales skills.
Sales skills.
Converts the leads.
Converts the leads.
Got it?
Yes.
That's how you get paid.
That's how you get paid.
That's how you get fucking paid. Okay? Remember I said fuck all this like, I got a brand deal. Fuck your brand deal. Brand deal. What do you get, 10 grand a month? 30 grand a month? I can't live off 30 grand a month. You can't live off 30,000 a month. Do you know how expensive kids are? You're gonna be childless, okay? You need gangster fucking skills, okay? You need to sit the fuck down and learn how to build a purple cow, which embraces it as weird, okay? Nate doesn't build Dominate Detergent as, it's kind of like Tide. It's kind of like Tide. What's another detergent brand called?
Downy.
It's like Downy. I don't want to do anything original or unique. I just want to make another Downy. But Downy or fucking Tide have 100 years of branding, bitch. Fucking dummy. You're not gonna make another fucking Tide, you fucking dummy. You don't have the cheap factories in China. You don't have the distribution. You don't have the investment money, and you don't have the brand. No one cares, bro. See, read Jeffrey Miller, Crossing the Chasm. Okay, look, you ever seen how padded a lot of the shoes are now with these thick foam pad stacks? Who popularized that? Hoka. You guys know what a Hoka shoe is? Yes. Hoka made ugly, giant padded shoes. They were what? A purple cow. A purple fucking cow. And so what happened was they were ugly. Then people went, what are those ugly shoes? Then they're super padded. People tried them on, they went, wow, that's comfortable. Could I wear ugly shoes? You know what? I can. Then now, Nike has to make the Vomeros to compete with Hoka. Hoka takes the lead and Nike has to punch back. So what happens is initially you have what's called early adopters. Say that. Early adopters is the people that have actually their own frame. They don't want to be in groupthink. They actually like unique things to think for themselves. It's like 5% population at best. Then you have what's called early adopters.
Early adopters.
Then you have late adopters. Then you have laggards. Okay, so at first, an iPhone, it's like, I'm the quirky guy. I got an iPhone. You guys remember the people who got the iPhone 1? What's that called, the iPhone 1 users? An early adopter. Then you know some of your more friends got it. Then more friends got it. Now, can you live without a smartphone?
No.
You can't. That's how you go mainstream. You don't just go in strong. You find a crack in the dam. Say crack in the dam. So look, even sales letters. Look, take clickbait on YouTube or clickbait on IG or clickbait in a written ad. You say something shocking and titillating because the person's scrolling and you're trying to find a crack in their attention, and then the crack in their attention you can then use to get 2 seconds of their time. And if you get 2 seconds of their time, you might get 5 seconds of their time. You get 5 seconds of their time, you get 10 seconds of their time. And then as they go down the chain, they get invested because they've been watching. Now they want to get an investment. It's like you watch a third of a movie. You want to see the end of the movie to rationalize the first third of the movie. Okay? So you become an expert at finding a crack in the door and jamming your fingernails in it. You got to jam in your fingernails. A purple cow is you jamming in your fingernails. You're not going to take over Tide, bro. So you do a purple cow, you become a psycho level communicator, and then you learn how to close. That's how you get paid, my ninja. Okay? You get paid. You want to get paid? You want to get fucking paid? You want to get fucking paid? That's how you fucking do it, and no one gets it. It's got to be asymmetrical warfare. It's the only way. You're trying to compete with Tide or Honda or fucking Kenmore or like, I don't know what else, like Mazda, like what else? Come on, give me more. Best Buy, Sony, McDonald's. You're not going to compete, dude. Come on, bro. That ship has sailed. Now, here's the other component. Watch this. Ready? Repeat this after me. High ticket.
High ticket.
Here's why. A widget becomes commoditized. Say that.
A widget becomes commoditized.
So in other words, if you say you invent some widget, right? Like you found this new plastic ding-a-ling that actually makes things more convenient. Okay, so people start buying it. What does Amazon do?
They copy it.
Is that a plastic ding-a-ling? They mass produce it. They can send it to their clients with a fucking drone. They can do it cheaper than you. You're out of business. Look, Snapchat came out. Remember Snapchat? Then what did Zuckerberg do? Yo, you want to see comedy? Comedy. Want to see comedy? Watch the deposition where they show you all the apps that Zuckerberg co-opted and destroyed. It's fucking funny, dude. They're like Friendster, Vine, Snapchat, but it was like an endless list of things that they fucking jacked. All these people that had all their high hopes, like, we're gonna make this, we're gonna make that, we're gonna make Vine, like all that, right? And Zuckerberg's like, more money, more distribution, more financial power destroys them, right? How could Vine have kept going and not gotten cucked by Zuck? How does Vine not get the Zuck cuck? The answer is in the question. The word Zuck cuck is the answer. What is Zuck cuck?
Purple cow.
A purple cow. The fact that I said Zuck cuck, if the founder of Vine had said the Zuck cuck and don't be a Zuck cuck, that goes viral and is funny and you like the creator. How many of you are in this room because you just think that my videos were fun and you thought it'd be cool to meet up? Look at that. Like how many of you are here specifically only for the skill set versus how many of you are here because you're like, damn, I enjoyed watching Owen over the years. He built a relationship with me via his videos. I know, like, and trust him, and I'd like to eventually attend his program as a bucket list item. If that's you, put your hand up as a bucket list. That's how you get paid. Say, clients know. Clients want to buy. From people. They know. Like and trust. Okay, so all the founder of Vine had to do was talk. But most of these founders have how much charisma? Of a fucking shoe. The shoe's got more charisma. So they have no relationship with the clients, which means they are commoditized. Say commoditized.
Commoditized.
Now, high ticket, here's how it functions. High ticket functions because you know Dan Kennedy-esque type closing. Say Dan Kennedy-esque type closing.
Dan Kennedy.
Which is what we're teaching you next, by the way. I'm gonna have Ibrahim come up and teach all the I'm gonna show the segments, and he's gonna come up and take you through his exercises. Now watch this, okay? So, because what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna have him show the Dan Kennedy-esque exercises, and I'm gonna meet up each of you one-on-one for 5 minutes, and I'm gonna ask you what your business is and give you feedback on it. That's how I'm gonna run the rest of the night. So stay awake, because I'm gonna have him do the exercises and keep sending you back one-on-one. I'm gonna show you what you need. So you have a question ready, and I'll tell you I will look at you and tell you what I feel about you as what you should do. So get it in your head, some good questions, and I'm gonna answer your questions. Got it? So that's what's coming next. Now, Dan Kennedy type closing, basically, I'll tell it to you in a minute, but here's what you gotta understand, okay? How do you sell a wood chip for $1,000? I can. I'll sell a wood chip for $1,000. How do you do it? Dan Kennedy S type closing. Look, watch this, okay? Where's that little fucking tusk I had there? It was given to me. Where's that go?
On the floor.
Oh, pass that to me? Thank you. Okay, watch this. Look, the truth is, I don't know if this is very common or not, or what this costs. But this is a mammoth tusk. Could I find a way to sell this for expensive?
Yeah.
Repeat this after me. The way you make this expensive is you say this word after me. Spin a yarn. I gotta spin a fucking yarn, y'all. Could you learn to spin with my kind of charisma and my sales skills? Could I spin a yarn to get this to sell at 100 grand?
Yes.
Fuck yes, I can. You think I need to sell esoteric fucking weird trainings like this? I can sell anything. Because at its core, what I'm selling here, by the way, is air. Do I need inventory to sell this training?
No.
Nope. Do I have stock? Do I have a warehouse? Do I have a factory? What's the easiest thing for any new entrepreneur to sell?
Information.
Say that. This is really important. Say it. Say it, guys.
Information.
Yeah. Jay-Z, did Jay-Z need a big stock to go, Rockefeller, y'all? And he just goes, Rockefeller, y'all. It's a hard knock. Watch this. Watch this. Want to be rich? Watch this. Watch. It's a hard knock life for us. It's a hard knock life for us. Da 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 da. It's a hard knock life. Why is that a great business model?
It's free
to produce.
It goes viral.
How did Jay-Z sell It's a Hard Knock Life? Repeat this after me. Swagger. Frame. How good is a rapper's frame?
Really good.
Really
How good's a rapper? Yeah. How good's a rapper's swagger?
Top tier.
It's a hard knock. Watch this. Here's how you make millions. It's a hard knock life for us. It's a hard knock life for us. Millions. Why?
Swag.
Because you can do it with swagger and frame. What is rap music? Is it even that good? End of the day, is it that good? Give me another rap song.
Hotel lobby.
What's that song?
Quavo.
Hotel lobby. Watch this, watch. Hotel lobby, Quavo.
Yeah.
Hotel lobby, Quavo. Hotel lobby, Quavo.
Yeah.
Hotel lobby, Quavo.
What?
Hotel lobby, Quavo. Miga. Yeah. Yeah. Why is that a great business model? What does Cardi say? What does Cardi do? What does Cardi do? What's she do? Chirp, chirp, something like that. She DJ Khaled. Another one. We the best.
God did.
Damn. Okay, why is that a great starter business, a great cash flowing business model? Guys, come on, you got to know this. Come on, guys, help me out, guys. Why is that a great cash flowing business model? Why is that better than having to own a car factory?
There's no gatekeepers.
No investment.
You don't need a car factory. How much factory I need to go to? Quavo. Quavo.
Studio time. I'm ready.
Quavo, sure. But now do you need studio time? No. So there's even less gatekeepers than ever. So watch this. Quavo. 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 Why is that a great business model? Why is that a great business model? Why is that a great business model?
No upfront cost.
No investment.
What's it cost to go? Quavo.
Nothing.
Yeah, there's
What's it cost to go? Quavo. What's it cost?
Nothing.
Nothing. Quavo. Quavo. What's the best business model a guy could do to start if he doesn't have a gazillion dollars?
Rap.
Be a rapper. Or say anything with swag.
Anything with swag.
How much scalability do you have with, say, a coaching digital product? How much scalability? Infinite scalability. You have free distribution. You can copy it. You can distribute it. Internet. It's fuck all, dude. You could make, guys, I've sold $100 million. $100 million of talking. I talk $100 million. $100 million. $100 million. $100 million. $100 million. What does it cost me to talk? It's a hard knock life for us. $100 million. What's it cost to make a purple cow? Look, $100 million. That's boring. $100 million.
It's even fun.
$100 million. I can do this all night. How long do you want me to do this for? I'll do as long as you tell me. $100 million. It's $100 million. Okay, guys. If we go in my shopping cart back to 2002, I have over $100 million of me blathering. $100 million. I vacationed everywhere. I own everything. I have unlimited cash. $100 million. $100 million. Okay? Why?
Swag.
Because I don't need to buy a. Okay, what's the. Yo. What's the margins on an airline?
Oh my God.
Fucking terribly low.
Holy fuck, dude. I couldn't do that. What's the margins on like, I don't know, what's some other shit? Like, restaurant. What's the margins on a restaurant, dude? Oh my God. Oh my God. Do you guys know the margin on a restaurant? Look it up.
Like 95%.
They're fucked.
Terrible.
Okay? What about when you just go, it's a hard knock life for us? What's the margin there?
Like
99?
Like 100%, yeah.
Now back in the day, you need studio time. You need to have by airplay. That's different, right? Video, that's different. What about now? What's the margin now on information?
100%.
But guess what? Guess fucking what? What did I used to pay before YouTube and Instagram for leads? How do you think I filled a seminar back in the day? You think that was cheap?
No.
Do you know what leads used to cost? Do you fucking understand what I used to pay for fucking leads? Do you fucking understand the stress and the terror to pay for leads before Instagram? Where would you get a lead? Where would you get a lead? How? You don't even know how. You don't even know how. You can't even know.
AdWords?
Bro,
I don't know.
you have to dick around on Google Ads, 30 grand a day type shit. It's terrifying. Now, it's a hard knock. Watch. It's a hard knock life for us. It's a hard knock life for us. Do 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 do. It's a hard knock life for us. It's a hard knock life for us. Do 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 do. It's a hard knock life. Okay, now I can post it. So, 40,000 views. Look, how much views is fucking our boy here with his fucking dancing? Let's see. He's currently at 22,000 views. Do you know what the fuck it would cost to get 22,000 fucking views when I do that fucking social media? I'm traumatized. I'm traumatized from it. I have nightmares. Nightmares. You have unlimited leads. Unlimited leads. Endless leads. Endless leads. I have filled stadiums. Endless leads for free. Okay? And what's the margin? 99%. Now here's the best part. Once Jay-Z did, it's a hard knock life. What did he then take the cash flow that he got when he got like 5 mil? What did he buy? Rockaware, say it. Rockaware. Then he bought Tidal, say Tidal. Tidal. Then he did Rock Nation. Rock Nation. And he progressively made more. He also did alcohol. What was the alcohol called that Jay-Z did?
Ciroc.
Ciroc, or whatever the fuck. Maybe that's Puff, but whoever it was, right? What was it? Deuce. Deuce, I don't know. He did some fucking Deuce. Whatever the fuck, right? How much money did he make off like here's what it was. It was like 5 mil rap. Then it was like 5 mil rap. Then it was like 20 mil Rockaware. And it was like 50 mil booze. And it was like 100 mil Tidal. And it was like 500 mil Rock Nation. Okay, so here's the question. Here's my pop quiz. Ready for a pop quiz? Well, if you only make 5 mil off Rockaware, or sorry, if you only make 5 mil off rap, why not just do Rockaware first? Why not do Rockaware first?
You need personal brand.
Do Tidal. Why don't you start at Tidal? He made 100 mil from Tidal. I know what you do. Go right to Tidal. Why didn't you do Tidal first? Come on, fuckers. Come on, you fucks. Why didn't you do if you made 5 mil off rap and you made 30 mil off Tidal, why did you do Tidal first?
It's not a cash flow business.
It's not a cash flow business. You need infrastructure. Got it?
Yeah.
So you always want that of cash. That's called say cash flow business.
Cash flow business.
Now, look, if I give you some little apple trees, should you just go eat apple, eat apple, eat apple? Should you do that? What should you do with the apple trees? Plant them and then what? What do you do then?
Create an orchard.
You make a fucking orchard. If I give you a little baby lamb, do you just fucking eat the baby lamb? Just eat the baby lamb. What do you do with a couple baby lambs? So you got enough breeding pairs. What do you do? You breed a lamb, and then you grow the fucking lambs, and you get the wool, and you get it, and you make all fucking lambs, right? What are most of you guys doing when you get a little bit of money and consuming it?
Wasting it.
You're eating the baby lamb. A normal person has what's called a principal. Say principal?
Principal.
Or a float.
Float.
Just get, all you need is a couple mil, and you don't ever have to work again. Duh. You just gotta cash flow something, get it paying you, and you don't have to work. And then you can build that out more, and then you can go buy bigger. You can buy Airbnbs, you can buy businesses, you can buy companies, you can buy stocks, you can buy shit that pays you. You think the average rich guy just is like a super great rapper? Like the best ever rapper? But then the best ever rapper made from fucking rapping, dude. Just straight rap, that's it, nothing else? They don't make much. Guys like Dr. Dre, where did he make his main money? Straight out of Compton, where did he make his money? Where did Dr. Dre make his fucking money, guys?
Rapping. Beats.
It wasn't rapping, that's his cash flow. Where did Dre make his money? Beats headphones. But why did Beats headphones sell so much compared to other headphones? They're good quality headphones, but why do they sell so much?
Personal brands.
Personal fucking brands. Okay? So, the Chronic maybe paid him 20 mil, whatever, I don't know, whatever it made him, right? Hypothetically. But what did Beats make him? What's Dre's net worth? Billion. Now here's the rub. How does Dr. Dre act now that he's a billionaire if he's on stage? If we were to look it up. Hello, watch. Hello everyone, my name is Andre Young. I'm opening my new charity. And then everyone goes, is that right? How did Dr. Dre talk when he was making the money?
Fuck the police.
Fuck the police. Fuck 'em, fuck 'em, fuck the police. Okay? So, Dr. Dre now is cucked Dre, right? But okay, if we look at Dr. Dre back in the day, here's what he looked like. Like, say we go, okay, here's how he talks about it. So now he's like, hello, I am Andre Young. I am Andre. Right? Because he's made the money. So is he in wealth growth or wealth preservation?
Preservation.
Okay, here's wealth preservation's like, hello, I am Anderson Cooper, here to promote the news, right? But if you're on your come up, if you're like Alex Jones, where you've been banned everywhere, and you just need total virality, like how does Dr. Dre rap? Like, let's see him back in the day, back in the early 90s when he didn't have $1 billion. How did he talk? Well, let's hear the way he would be talking. Is that how he talks now? No shit till you've been in my shoes. Fuck the P-O-L-I-C and then he fucking me. Fast. Pass. Now the FBI's all over my dick. So how they talk?
Swag.
Gangsters.
They were not even on the radio. They couldn't get radio play. So what'd they do? They went that's called asymmetric warfare. They're from the hood. No resources, none. No radio play, none. So what'd they do?
Charisma.
Frame control.
Always go full retard. Fuck the P-O-L-I-C-E. And then fucking me. Okay, well, how's that acting? How are you acting?
Retarded.
Repeat this after me. When you're a little bit crazy, they think you're nuts. When you're batshit crazy, they make you their leader. Now they're in front of an audience going, "Fuck the police, fuck the police." And now what's everyone doing? What is an audience of 100,000 people doing?
Mirror.
Saying the lyrics.
Fuck the police.
Right? Frame control. List generation, money, millions. Take that, millions, beats headphones, billions. That's how you get rich. I just show you how to get fucking rich. Okay? That's how you get fucking rich.